Hello everyone and welcome back to Tiny Bunny. It has been a hot minute since the last episode of this game, which was over a year ago I think, which is wild. But it's finally back and a lot of you have been really excited to see me play this, which is very sweet, I appreciate it. And I hope I haven't forgotten too much about it, I mean it was a year ago. Either way, this is Tiny Bunny episode 4, Stomp Your Hooves In, Wait. There's my boys. Biasha, Romka, how are you? And Katya went missing, yes, I recall. Biasha joined us at the table, gnawing anxiously on his lower lip. Toshik, you're almost living in that fucking forest. Forgot you guys swear. I'm also gonna try my best to not talk over the characters, because they are voice acted, but in Russian. So, I'm gonna try my best to not talk over them this time. Have you seen anything strange yesterday? Huh? I replied with a complete lie.
Нет.
Nuh-uh. Oh yeah, because in the last one, near the end, Tosha, or Anton, he went outside and he ended up like having a little soiree with the masked creatures. And they ended up flying through the night sky together and the moon started screaming at them. It was really cool. Yeah, if you're just tuning into this one, you probably should go back and watch all of them so far, otherwise a lot of this is not going to make any sense.
Я тоже.
Me neither.
Повезло, что классуха моим родакам нажаловалась из-за оценок.
I got lucky that the homeroom teacher complained to my folks about my grades.
Вот меня и не выпустили вечером на репетицию.
So they didn't let me out for our rehearsal. Ah, is that your excuse, Mr. Wolf?
А то на месте Катьки оказались бы мы.
If they did, we'd be in Katya's shoes now. Biasha scratched at his Adam's apple. Sounds painful.
Я что сказать хотел.
So, here's the thing. What, do you know something?
Я
Ah,
слышал.
I heard something.
Этим утром я, как обычно,
Uh-oh.
в школу шел. Вдруг слышу плач за деревьями. Девчати.
Excuse me?
Сечетина.
I don't think that was a girl's voice. I was going to school this morning, as usual, and then I heard a shrill cry coming from behind the trees. Girl's voice. See what I mean?
Ну, я про Катьку-то не знал тогда. Да и знал бы, стрёмно оно, братки.
I didn't know about Katya then, but even if I did, it would have still been scary, guys.
Утро у нас не лучше ночи. Темно, как в зопе.
I love Biasha, he's so cute, and you can hear his, like, snot. Mornings here are as bad as nights. It's so dark you can't see a thing.
Вдруг это Катька была, а?
What if it was Katya?
А главное, вместе таком паршивом в буреломе, что неподалеку от кладбища.
And it was in the worst possible place, among the windfall, near the cemetery. I don't think we've been to a cemetery yet.
Хорош пургу гнать.
Bullshit!
Да зуб даю на! Сам слышал!
I swear it, I heard it with my own ears.
А вы уверены, что Катя действительно пропала?
Are you sure Katya really went missing?
Вон, Лилия Павловна, Катькина матушка, даже на работу не пришла.
Oh yeah, her mother's the teacher. Look, even her mom, Lilia Pavlovna, didn't show up for work today. Ah, so yeah, something definitely happened.
Слетела контрольная на!
The test is off. Silver linings.
Видать, пацаны, это Катька в тайге стонала.
I'm telling you guys, it was Katya, meaning in the taiga. The taiga's the forest, yes?
А значит, и до неё маньячела добрался.
The serial killer got her too. I'm happy that even after we started this game 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, that things are somewhat coming back to me. So yes, obviously we have our masked friends, like Alyssa, and there's something going on with them and this forest spirit that's a big goat man. But then also, there is the problem of kids going missing and there being a potential killer on the loose. So there's also that, because that's how this all started with the kid that went missing called Vova. He went missing near my house. But then we've also got my sister, Olya, who is being haunted by some owl creature that keeps looking at her through the window. She's going through it. We're all going through it. Everything's bad. Everything's bad in this little town. I remembered Katya. She was both beautiful and mean. Yep, that she was. The main source of gossip. A snake. And a bitch. Jeez, Anton. You go dancing one night, you come back a different person. Well, I don't know why did I theorize last time that Katya was the owl? I can't remember. Biasha started counting with his fingers.
Сенечка, Вова, Семён, Катя. 4 человека, да.
Senechka, Vova, Semyon, Katya. 4 people. Yeah, Senechka is the first girl. and then Vova, then Semyon, who is their friend, who punched me, he was kind of mean, and then Katya. Yes. I am going to try to stop allowing my impulsive thoughts of, oh, I remember something about that, I need to say something. I'm going to try and make those stop. It's just going to ruin the immersion for you guys. But yeah, I'm remembering stuff. Roma slammed his hands on the desk.
Так, пацаны, отныне смотреть в оба.
Alright guys, from now on, we always keep our guard up.
Далеко друг от друга не отходим, как в дурацких ужастиках.
Don't split off from the group like in those stupid horror movies.
На остальных мне плевать, но вас я в обиду не дам.
I don't care about the rest, but you two are under my protection. I still haven't forgiven you for kicking the dog, but, very sweet.
Как и Полинку.
And Paulina, too. Oh yeah, you like her. I hope your relationship works out. I'd already forgotten that I was ever into Paulina. The only girl occupying my thoughts after last night was Alyssa. The boys went to the cafeteria and I was left alone, scribbling in my notebook, drawing rows of pines and two small figures, flying between the treetops in the full moon. Shivers ran up to my shoulders, sneaking playfully under the hem of my shirt. Even though soaring through the sky felt so simple, there was still something evil weighing me down. The culprit was definitely still in the village. They were hiding something horrible under a mask of piousness.
Рисуешь?
What are you drawing? Embarrassed, I covered the notebook, as if there was something shameful about the figures above the forest.
Да ничего, так, дурака валяю.
Nothing, really. Just fooling around. Paulina put her elbows on the desk. God damn it, the drawings in this game are beautiful. I had already forgotten how light and graceful she was. Just like a violin. I wish she could also jump around with us, after stripping away her mask of fake mundanity. Well, that was my theory for a while, that she was Alyssa, but then other people said that, no, that Sinechka girl, the first one who went missing, was probably Alyssa. So I don't know. But I mean, her voice sounds similar to Alyssa's voice, and I think they have similar eyes. I smiled, imagining Paulina's skirt flapping in the wind, the stars sparkling all around us, her asking in bewilderment whether it was all a dream, and myself telling her that it doesn't matter. Paulina's expression grew dark again.
Уже слышал про Катю?
Have you heard about Katya? Yeah, I think we all have. The classroom's a lot quieter today.
Ужасно.
It's a tragedy.
Да, ужасно еще и то, что Катю мне жалеть сложно.
It's also tragic that I find it difficult to empathize with her.
Я правда ищу в себе сострадание, но вспоминаю ее поступки и...
I tried so hard, but then I remembered all her nasty deeds and... Paulina shook her head.
Я чудовище, да?
I'm a monster, aren't I? Are you trying to say that you think it's better that she's gone? Well, maybe not better, but just that you're like... Ah, I should feel worse. I don't know. Oh, see? Alyssa shows up every time I look at Paulina, it's weird. No, I thought. You're one of the most beautiful girls I've ever met. But alas, you're only number 2 on that list. That's not what she's talking about, Anton. Get it together. I decided not to say that out loud.
Плохо, наверное, что исчезновение анкеты расстроило меня больше, чем пропажа одноклассницы.
It's not okay that I felt worse when I lost my questionnaire than when she went missing. My nostrils picked up the smell of candy, tree resin, fireworks.
Ты потеряла анкету?
You lost your questionnaire?
Да, и кто-то сейчас читает чужие секреты.
Yes, somebody's out there reading other people's secrets now. Yes, the forest, I thought, imagining the crooked branches turning notebook pages, touching the childish handwriting with their icy twigs.
Надеюсь, ее найдут.
I hope the search goes well. I was unsure whether she spoke about Katya or her notebook. I wanted to ask her about it, but then I noticed Paulina's intense stare directed at me.
Что?
What?
Ты будто изменился.
You've changed. Since yesterday? Dancing the night away in the forest with some very strange people really does a lot for a young man, you know? I smoothed my hair flat, surprised.
Просто не выспался.
I just didn't sleep well.
Сегодня ты точно какая-то другая мелодия.
You're a different
Очень
melody today.
древняя, таинственная.
Oops. You're a different melody today. Some mysterious, ancient tune, almost as if played by a large goat man. I thought about that flute's melody, streaming between the bushy treetops.
Надеюсь, ты никому не рассказал про наш вчерашний разговор?
I hope you haven't told anyone about our chat yesterday.
Что ты?
Of course not. She nodded, as if acknowledging that she can fully trust me. I was unsure whether I merited such trust.
А может, погуляем после уроков?
Want to go for a walk after school?
Дедушка чувствует себя лучше. Я могу задержаться вечером.
Grandpa has been feeling better recently. I can return home a bit later. I don't think that's a good idea, with all of the killings. Her hair cascaded down her shoulders. The smell was so wonderful that it sent me flying towards the glowing stars of my inner cosmos without any magic.
Почему бы и нет? Давай.
Oh, well, why not? Deal.
Тогда после алгебры на заднем дворе.
Then I'll see you at the backyard after algebra. She leaned forward and looked at me with her piercing eyes again. Then mumbled, as if guessing.
Что-то из мусорского.
Something from Mussorgsky?
Нет, пожалуй.
No, probably not. Is that like a scent or a composer or something? Then she left, and Romka appeared in the doorway in her place. He plopped onto the seat next to me and started whispering in my ear.
Ты с ней говорил?
Did you talk to her? Biasha walked towards us, but Roma stopped him with an angry glare.
Бяш, отвали на пару минут.
Biasha, shove off for a bit. It's the nicest thing he's ever said to him. Biasha curled his lips in frustration and disappeared from the classroom. Roma returned his attention to me.
Ну, говорил или нет?
Well, did you?
Она что-то сказала про меня?
Did she say anything about me? I could barely stop myself from flashing a sad, desperate smile. Romka, the leader of Team Voltron, was in love. Madly in love. His gaze boiled with hope, pleas, worries. He looked like a pure, naive boy that shielded himself from the world of sports, delinquency, and coldness. Could I really betray him in this moment of weakness? Could I really make the right choice in a situation where nothing is right? I fake coughed before speaking.
Она спрашивала, где ты будешь после уроков.
She asked where you'd be after school. His face the next moment was worth the effort of telling this lie. Roma was beaming with happiness. I don't know if that was the right decision there. Romka has proven himself to be one with a short fuse.
А ты что?
And what did you say?
Сказал, что ты будешь на заднем дворе.
I told her you'd be in the backyard. Romka licked his lips with excitement. He grabbed my wrist so hard I thought it would break.
Ну, Тоха! Ну, спасибо, друг!
Thank you, Toha. You're a real friend. You lied to my face and everything. I can surely trust you.
Погнали скорее готовиться!
Let's go prepare already. Prepare what?
Ща мы закатим такую шум-программу, что прям ого-го!
It's gonna be a show she won't be able to forget. What? He left the classroom to join the grouchy Biasha, and I was left alone to stare blankly at Paulina's empty seat. I just traded one friendship for another. Let's just hope I made the right choice. I don't recall if this was something I set up in the last one. Perhaps it was. Either way, same. I also hope that that was the right choice. The bell's echo wandered aimlessly in school's darkest corners. Wow. I flew into the yard with my coat still half-zipped. The weather forecast didn't lie about the coming blizzard. A leaden snow was coming at us from the north. A mighty roar bubbled inside of it. The other kids stood with their back to the wind and laughed when the gusts pushed them around the skating rink. The blizzard carried that laughter into the violet unknown. Romka rushed my way as soon as he noticed me in the tiny school backyard that was usually empty.
Готов? Точно не сдрейфишь?
You ready? Sure you won't chicken out? Yeah, I have no idea what we're doing. But yeah, I'm ready.
Второго шанса не будет.
There won't be another chance. I wasn't ready. At all. Oh. My stomach stung. It wanted me to get out of here. To bail from the stupid idea that was destined to fail from the very beginning. But I couldn't abandon Romka halfway through, purely on principle. He, in the meantime, was hurriedly counting our inventory with his ink-stained fingers.
Букет есть.
I've got the bouquet.
Маньяк присутствует.
The creep is also here.
Что
What?
там еще?
Do we need anything else? What creep? Who? What are we doing?
А что с моим образом?
What about my costume?
Где мой топор или там...
Where's my axe? Or I don't know.
Маска.
My mask?
Надень ту зайчью, что с собой по жизни таскаешь.
Just put on that bunny mask you always carry around. Nah, thanks. Last time I did, it was filled with maggots.
Только резче. Нельзя, чтобы Полина нас видела вместе.
Hurry up. We can't let Polina see us together. I looked at Romka with distrust, but my fingers already found the slider on the backpack zipper and tugged at it in anticipation. Instead of getting surprised, I felt relief when I took out my real face. With it came calmness. The pain of my stomach subsided. I instantly remembered the feeling of flight, weightlessness, joy. Romka's problem seemed so yawn-inducing and insignificant now.
Давай, как репетировали.
Let's do it, like we practiced.
Только оно появится.
As soon as she appears,
Я прегражу ей дорогу.
I'll stand in her way.
Ага. А я из-за тех кустов такой бац! И на выручку.
I see. Yeah, and I'll show up to save her from these bushes. Bam! I see. I get what the plan is. This is definitely not gonna go wrong.
Я постараюсь себя не сдерживать.
I'll try my best. Pal, buddy of mine. The simple piece of cardboard and fur carried enough energy to compete with the blizzard's fury. I'm the bunny man. I put my real face on top of my glasses, gleeful. I fixed it so my eyes would look right through the slits. Romka disappeared. In his stead, Polina walked around the corner, looking around warily. Why do I feel like Romka's about to get a violin case to the nose? She had her trusty violin case with her. Fresh snow squeaked onto her boots. Clouds devoured the sun, and the coming darkness turned me into a long-eared silhouette. After looking at me with suspicion, Polina started circling around the yard. I stepped in front of Polina, not at all worried about my height or my clothes that could give away my identity.
Ты случаем не потерялась, деточка?
Are you lost, girly? Hell yeah, that is a threat and off. She frowned and stepped back towards the bushes. That was cool. You looked real cool just then. Romka immediately appeared out of them, swearing. He moved sideways in an awkward manner, like a crab, while still hiding his hand that was holding the flowers behind his back.
Эй! Садист, проклятый!
Hey, you! Goddamn sadist.
Пока я здесь, никто не обидит эту девушку.
Nobody will harm this girl while I'm here. Oh, get over here and kiss me. Absolutely adorable.
Понял? Ты!
Got it? You... I couldn't help but cringe and rolled my eyes into the mask. Romka's voice sounded fake and totally idiotic. He was way more believable during our rehearsal. That's a wonder. I paid it no mind and brazenly grabbed Polina by the collar, pulling her closer. My fingers ran across her silky bangs. Polina let out an angry shriek, but that only made me smirk. I feel like you're getting a little too into this. Maybe I'm gonna get a violin case to the nose, and I'm gonna deserve it. I was overflowing with permissiveness and impunity.
Говорю, не тронь!
Stay away! You hear me? Yeah, we all hear you. How about you do something about it before Anton does something stupid? I didn't listen, and just kept on going, drunk on my power, on Romka's confusion that stopped him from doing anything but mumbling silently to himself. And I could do anything under the guise of the bunny.
Прояви терпение, Рохля.
Wait for your turn, loser.
Сейчас закончу с девчонкой и обязательно возьмусь за тебя.
I'll get to you when I finish with the girl. I know, plot and everything is important, but still, he's wearing the same clothes, and he sounds like Anton. Romka's eyes widened in surprise. I could tell he tried to keep his cool and stay true to his role for a moment. But before this amateur superhero could do anything, Polina intervened.
Так, что тут происходит?
Alright, what's going on here?
Пятифан, ты уберешь своего дружка?
Pietifan, would you get your buddy off me? Is that Romka's surname? Pietifan? I love it when I'm right. Polina swung her case and hit me so hard I immediately sobered up. As she should.
Он мне...
He's not.
Думаете, думаете, я вчера на свет появилась?
Do you think I was born yesterday?
Бяша, небось? Или...
Is it Biasha or... She looked at me as if her eyes could pierce through the cardboard mask. Even under the dim light around us, I could see her indignant face redden.
Антон? Вот не думала, что ты такой.
I thought you were better than this. Ouch. I started mumbling, looking for an excuse in vain hopes that Romka would be the first to explain everything. But that failure of an actor just stared at a snow pile, his face red as a beet from embarrassment. He's not so cool when he's in front of Polina, is he? He's not so threatening, planning such a big show and screwing up even bigger. Polina watched us with her fists clenched before she suddenly shouted.
Клоуны!
She said it better than I ever could. Her loud verdict still ricocheted off the school walls like a trapped dove when Polina broke into a run on the snow-covered asphalt. Yeah, you guys messed up. You messed up something fierce. Her shadow waved like the hem of a dress and disappeared around the corner. Romka hanged his head in shame. A battered bouquet plopped down in the grey muddle of wet snow. Oh, I feel bad for him now. Don't make me feel bad for him. This was a stupid plan.
Это фиаско, братан.
You screwed up big time, bro. I took off the mask from my sweaty face. The wind cooled my skin. It felt like along with the mask I took off a layer of intrusive thoughts and emotions. Romka screeched with his teeth, staring down at his feet. Lost and depressed, he couldn't counter fate's punches, unlike me. I knew how terrible he felt. He was ready to crush everything around him, bang his head against the concrete. He was ready to do anything but ask Polina to come back. He was strong and brave, but his fear of showing any weakness impeded him greatly. A possible resolution flashed in my mind. I placed my hand on Romka's shoulder.
Жди.
Wait here. Anton, you're a good dude. Uh-oh. Whenever this game it makes me approach anyone like this, they usually turn around and jump scare me. Because while this game is absolutely stunning and the story's amazing and I love it, I'm so happy to be playing it again, I always forget that this is a horror game until it shows me that it's a horror game. And then I remember it's a horror game. And then I'm sad. I sprinted across the schoolyard trying to catch up to Polina. An echo followed my footsteps. Don't do it. The girl's violin case swayed like the tail of an annoyed cat.
Полин!
Polina! I don't like it. She slowed down, but she didn't turn around. I swear to God, if I'm right again.
Ну, Полин!
Polina, please! I could finally see her pretty profile. Okay. Whew. What? I caught up to her and carefully grabbed her by the elbow. She didn't yank it away. It was a good sign.
Ты все неправильно поняла.
It was all just a big misunderstanding. Polina brushed a lock of hair from her face. I thought that she probably stole that move from one of the Sharon Stone movies. Her voice was still strict.
Что тут понимать-то?
What's there to misunderstand?
Ромка спланировал геройский поступок. В кавычках, конечно.
Romka planned some heroic deed, well, in his own world.
А ты вызвался быть шутом, от которого он меня защитит.
And you offered to be the clown he would protect me from. Oh yeah, that's pretty much it.
Еще и маску где-то нашел. Гадкую такую.
He even managed to find a mask this ugly somewhere. Well, maybe she isn't Alyssa after all then, because she would have seen that mask before. I wanted to shout, "It's not ugly!" but said something completely different instead.
А вот и не поняла.
And that's where you're wrong.
Ты Ромке очень нравишься.
Romka really likes you. Curiosity flashed in her eyes. I wanted to hug Polina, steal her and lead her into the forest. I wanted to introduce her to my new friends. I wanted the flute to sing. Polina would have surely liked its melody. I wanted us to jump high in the sky, above the clouds. There, under the stars that are pinned to the night sky, I would tell Polina how much I needed her. That she's like water and I'm dying from thirst.
Я думала, я тебе нравлюсь.
I thought you liked me. I played dumb.
Мне?
Me? Polina fought out of my clutches, annoyed.
Все ясно.
I get it now.
Да постой же, нравишься.
Wait. I do like you.
Ты всем нравишься.
Everybody does.
Но Ромка, он особенный.
But Romka is a special case.
Особенный лжец.
The special case of a liar.
Он целеустремленный и на самом деле серьезнее, чем кажется.
He's determined. He's actually way more serious than he looks.
Помнишь, ты говорила о побеге? С ним бы ты точно сбежала.
Remember how you told me about wanting to escape? You'd definitely be able to do that with him.
В какой-нибудь большой сверкающий город.
He'd take you to some big, shiny city.
Да куда угодно.
Hell, he'd take you wherever you want.
Он обещал защищать тебя.
He swore to protect you. Polina stared into the darkness outside the school's boundaries. There was only the wind and the swirling snow.
И что теперь прикажешь?
What do you want me to do?
От его обещаний детей рожать?
Bear children from his oaths?
Для начала узнать поближе, дать ему шанс.
Just give him a chance. Get to know him better.
Шутки шутками, а настоящий маньяк еще на свободе.
Jokes aside, the real serial killer is still on the loose.
Позволь Ромке проводить тебя сегодня.
Let Romka take you home today. I forced myself to speak, but my lips went numb and my face turned to stone. I was afraid that my voice would give away my true feelings. Words were like razors that cut my chest and my windpipe before scattering out of my mouth. Polina stayed silent for what felt like an eternity and beyond. She snored angrily and tapped her fingers on the black violin case. Finally, she sighed and spoke.
Передай своему Ромке, что я жду у школьных ворот.
Tell your Romka that I'll be waiting by the school gates. Interesting. I mean, on the one hand, I do think Anton's got too much going on with Alyssa and all of that stuff. And plus, he's the main character. I mean, yeah, Polina's, like, great and all, and they'd be really cute together, I guess. But I'm more interested in that side of Anton's story, with all of the creatures in the forest. You know, and the double XL goat men. And Polina and Romka together does sound pretty cute. But also, I need to remind myself that this isn't like a Disney film. This is a horror game that has shocked me more times than I can count. So, I don't know. Maybe this is a really bad idea.
Ну, чтоб не думал себе всякое.
But don't let him get the wrong idea. I feigned happiness. I could fake emotions if need be.
Ты
That's
не
healthy.
пожалеешь.
You won't regret it. I slowly shuffled my way around the corner. My eyes shut tight and my heart beating like a hammer that drove nails deep into my soul. Romka sat in a squatting position, ruffling his short hair.
Она ждет тебя у ворот.
She's waiting for you at the gate. I was rewarded with the amazed look on my buddy's face. He sprang up, choking on words. Total opposite of the shut-off silent leader that I met just last week.
Тош, ты спас меня!
Tosha, you're my savior.
Братан, да я теперь твой должник на века!
Bro, I'm in your debt forever. Hell yeah.
Я тебе Тетрис подгоню. А хочешь научу рукопашным приемам?
Do you want me to fetch you a Tetris console? Maybe teach you how to fist fight? I don't know what I would want from you. Just don't kill me. If you are the wolf like I think you are, please don't kill me. Don't run at me through my bedroom door. I really didn't enjoy it. I only had one dream. To be left alone. So I could watch the forest sway in the wind in complete silence. So I could breathe in the frosty smell through the old mask. God, you are an old man.
Иди уже.
Go already. I hope that when it comes to Alyssa, I won't need to choose between friendship and my feelings. I had no one left apart from her. Well, maybe also Olya. Yeah, because we haven't seen Olya much since episode 1. She's sort of been on the back burner for a while. But of course, she was my only ray of light in this pitch-black taiga. How could I forget about my little sister?
Я знаю, чего я хочу.
I know what I want. Romka, who was already walking, stopped and looked at me.
Я хочу оказаться вместе с сестрой в Диснейленде.
I want to go to Disneyland with my sister. My buddy smirked and pulled his hat to the back of his head.
И что ты предлагаешь?
What do you suggest?
Сберкассу обнести?
We rob a bank or something?
Нет, надо просто поймать маньяка.
No, we just need to catch the serial killer. Ah, yes. So easy. To be fair, it probably is a little easier than robbing a bank, but still, I'm not jazzed about it.
того, кто в ответе за все эти похищения.
The one that's responsible for all the kidnappings.
И получить обещанную награду в милиции.
Then we'll get that reward from the police. Romka winced and hid his hands in the pockets of his pants.
Думаешь, тебе этот лейтенант что-то за сотрудничество отстегнет?
You really think the lieutenant will pay you for helping out?
Подарит максимум часы командирские и будь здоров.
The best you'll get is probably an officer's watch or something. I got tired of arguing with Romka.
Ты поможешь мне? Да или нет?
Will you help me? Yes or no?
Я сказал уже, мы команда.
I already told you. We're a team.
Куда ты, туда и я.
We move together. So much for a team. I don't know where Biasha went.
Хорошо.
Good.
Теперь понять бы, с чего начинать.
If only we knew where to start. Well, I mean, that shed in the forest was a pretty solid starting point, I would suggest.
Бяша говорил, что слышал плач в буреломе за кладбищем.
Biasha said he heard someone crying in the windfall behind the cemetery.
Готов поспорить, это была Катька.
I bet it was Katya. I tensed up like a guitar string. Katya was a step towards Semyon, and he was a step toward Vova. We'll help the police arrest that accursed killer, and our village would stop living in fear. And then adults would lift the restrictions that prohibit Olya from going outside. And I'd finally be able to teach her how to jump into the sky with her new friends.
Как тогда будем действовать?
What's the plan then?
Так сразу не скажу, да и время поджимает.
I can't say for now. I'm on short time here. Let's meet near Polina's house in an hour. Alright.
Нет, лучше через 1,5.
No, in an hour and a half.
Знаешь, где она живет?
Why did you change that? Okay. You know where she lives, right? I remembered the house number that I sneakily looked up in Polina's questionnaire.
Думаю, найду.
I'll find my way there.
Отлично, мне пора.
Great. Well, I'll be going. Have fun. Behave. And Romka sped off, leaving me alone to try and calm down my galloping heart. I already know whenever there's a chance for Anton to be left alone in the game that I'm going to need to start concentrating because there's going to be a lot of reading. Oh, hi Biasha. Maybe now, when I have Romka's support, this nightmare will finally end. Hey, buddy. Biasha, who was chewing on some sunflower seeds, grimaced as soon as I approached him.
Смотрите-ка! Фу, явился, не запалился на.
Look who finally came!
Бросили меня тут на. И трулили вдвоем. Голубки.
You abandoned me and left me with your bestie.
Еще на команда Вольтрона называется. Фу.
I'm a little surprised to hear this game using the term bestie, but I love it. I love it, though. And he called us the Voltron team. Who are you talking about? Biasha gave me a morose look and turned away. For a minute, I pondered whether Biasha could help us search for Katya, but what if Romka's crony will only ruin everything? He's not that useless, right? Or maybe he is. Okay, well, I've just saved the game, because I obviously don't want Biasha to die. I think he's adorable. But I also think generally having more people available for something that's potentially dangerous is probably a good idea. So I'm going to invite him. But I have saved. So when something goes wrong, because it always does, then I can change my mind if I really feel strongly about it. But I don't like doing that, because that takes away the charm of it being a let's play, you know?
Ну, Биаш, не обижайся.
Come on, Biasha, don't be mad.
Ромка голову совсем потерял. Ты уж не злись на него сильно.
Romka just lost his head for a bit. Don't be too tough on him.
А про тебя я помню. Вот, держи от меня подарок.
I never forgot about you. Here, have a gift. Oh, that's really cute. I handed my improved sketch of Voltron, a giant transformer robot made out of 5 smaller lion robots, to Biasha.
Ничего себе! Это мне на!
Sick. This is for me?
Спасибо, Антоха! Лазил!
Thanks, Toha. Much appreciated.
Ты чего уж там?
Don't mention it. That's very sweet. I love them.
Через 1,5 часа встречаемся у Полининого дома.
See you in an hour and a half near Polina's house.
Намечается срочное дело.
We have some urgent business. Biasha's face became pink from happiness.
Чем будем заниматься?
What are you two up to? I showed him a sad smile when calculating our chances.
Постараемся не пропасть без вести.
Trying not to go missing, actually. Yeah, that's fair. After the longest 1.5 hours of my life, I felt like my brain was put into a blender and ground into grey mush. That's descriptive. Me on any given day, on any given week, at any given time, for any given reason. Anxious thoughts were overlapping in my head. Katya, who went missing. The forest. The serial killer. The crypts, the graves, the crosses. Yasha crawled out of the early twilight a block away from the place we agreed to meet at.
Чего унылый такой, на? Свежих анекдотов нет?
What's with the long face? Out of fresh dad jokes? Never! Right now I was happy to see even his ugly mug.
Вся
Hey.
банда в сборе.
Gather up, gang. Bringing up Romka's date was clearly unnecessary. I could tell it went wonderful by the wide grin on his face. Romka rammed me jokingly in the side. Yeah, it must have gone so well he's resorting to violence.
Ну айда, джентльмены!
Let's move, gentlemen.
Этот счастливый, тот несчастный.
One is happy, the other is sad. Dibs on sad.
Фиг вас поймешь, на.
You guys are weird.
А ты лишний раз, Беш, не думай.
Don't think too much, Biasha. It only hurts your head.
А то, глядишь, последняя извилина узлом закрутится.
Your last brain cell might pop if you overexert it. At the same time, the village folk cooked dinners inside their homes, watched their TVs, fought over silly things. Grim-faced men smoked on their porches, well rollers creaked. The blizzard arched around the village. But it wasn't the blizzard that worried or scared me. The forest grew in front of our faces. I wasn't sure if we entered it or it just devoured us with its toothy maw. Pines creaked and long shadows stretched from the taiga. They bent their trunks on both sides of the road. None of us spoke a single word when we stepped into the windbreak. Pale fog streamed above the ravines, its tail swirling in a ghostly dance. The nauseous smell of church candle wax around us muddled my mind. The snow slurped, giving way under the soles of my shoes. Bumps all around us reminded me of funeral mounds, with twisted wilting trees acting as crosses. Darkness wailed and bubbled from underneath the frozen swamps, and the wind howled in anger. Keeping track of time became meaningless. At some point, we stopped before a pile of windfall.
Значит так,
All right,
поисковая операция начинается.
search mode activated. This is gonna be sick and cool.
Далеко не разбредаемся, ищем любые следы Кати или похитителя.
Don't go too far from each other, and look for any signs of Katya or her kidnapper.
И желательно, пацаны, поживее.
And be quick about it, guys.
Уже через час станет темно, хоть глаз выколи.
In just an hour, this place will be pitch dark. We started carefully wading through the fallen trees, in vain hope of finding at least something.
Хрена лысого мы в таких потемках найдем, на.
We won't find shit in this dark. Well, yeah, we should have brought flashlights or something.
Давайте уже лучше по домам.
Let's go home.
Опачки,
Oh.
чё тут у нас?
Hey, hey, hey! What do we have here?
А мне сегодня фартит.
Today's my lucky day.
Братва! Я, кажись, нашел!
Guys, I found something. Good job, Yasha. You did it. You did that.
Это ж Каткин кошелек!
This is Katya's purse. What was that? Uh-oh. Well, it just saved again, because it seems like bringing Biasha was a bad idea. Maybe we wouldn't have found the purse, though. I don't know. And then I heard a stifled scream. I had no idea who produced it. Was it Biasha, or Romka, or me? I'm gonna say it wasn't you. You would probably know. Then I finally saw it, with my own eyes. But I still couldn't believe them. Why is his hair white? Biasha, his hair completely white, stumbled away in horror before eventually plopping into a snow pile. What the fuck happened to him? Is this why mine and Olia's hair is white? Because this happened to us? What? I looked at his outstretched hand that pointed at the void. His fingers shook like crazy. Bleat. The goat man? Bleat, yeah, I hear you. What? Biasha jumped up as if something bit him and fled. Romka didn't even glance his way. He kept staring in front of himself without blinking, without breathing. I didn't even notice how my legs started carrying me towards something indescribably horrific. With an indecisive motion, I pulled away the veil of fluffy evergreen. A small clearing that was once burnt out with a precise lightning strike showed itself from behind the spruces. Is that the shed I was talking about? A circle of blackened tree stumps. And inside it, the black garage. Its smooth walls painted black. It seemed like they absorbed darkness itself. It felt like the garage was just a metal box that could be easily moved from one place to another. That is very suspicious. It was alive. Yeah, see, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. Last time I stood in front of this door, it was very loud and aggressive. An insect with a black, glossy carapace. A gluttonous carrion. We kept staring at it, while it watched us carefully with its single red blinking eye. I tried to persuade myself that it was just a light bulb. A low hum produced by an electric generator sounded menacing. Don't do it.
Открыто.
It's unlocked. I am more surprised than anyone that it's unlocked. I tried swallowing, but my mouth was as dry as a desert. The garage's doors were open. Darkness swirled inside it. I felt someone's touch. Romka put his palm on my shoulder.
Пойдем.
Are we going? He looked far older than his real age. Actually, he looked like a decrepit old man.
Куда? Ты что, сбрендил?
Wait, are you insane?
Давай предупредим лейтенанта Тихонова.
Let's go warn Lieutenant Tikhonov. Romka spat at his feet.
Будь ты таким наивным, Тоха.
Don't be silly, Toha.
Твой Тихонов вон даже варежку в лесу отыскать не смог. Ха-ха.
Your Tikhonov couldn't even find a mitten in the forest. Question, how do you know about that? I don't remember if Anton ever told you.
Да и западло с ментом сотрудничать. Особенно, когда я у него на учете состою.
And helping the cops pussies. Especially now when I'm on their juvenile criminal list. The delinquent brandished his trademark knife and looked at me.
Маньяк наверняка вернулся туда, в свое логово.
Serial killer has probably returned to his lair.
Если получится, возьмем его тепленьким, пока он не ждет.
We might catch him off guard and capture him.
Иначе в следующий раз подкараулит уже он.
Or next time he'll be the one ambushing us. The animal kid said that he was just a man from the village. But can we beat him by ourselves?
Второго шанса может не быть, брат.
There may not be a second chance, bro.
Так что решайся.
Time to decide. Oh, that is not cool. I don't like big choices, and that's a big choice. I have saved the game, and you know what that means. We're about to do something dumb. I'm absolutely going inside this garage, because last time I was here, I saw a picture of Vova, and he was not doing so good at all. And so I don't really know fully what the deal is with this garage, but I've been curious about it since we saw it in like episode 2. So, we're doing this, you and me, together, because you made it this far into the video, so we're going into the scary garage. Together. Please, don't leave. Okay, let's go. We got closer to the building. The metal box was completely silent apart from the generator's hum. Romka knocked on the gate with his knuckles, as if to make sure it's not going to turn into a predatory maw. With newfound confidence, he opened the gate wider and started feeling around the wall, looking for a light switch.
Тоха, помоги-ка мне.
Toha, give me a hand here. I don't love this. Shit. Oh, okay. It's just a car with a lot of writing on the wall. Oh, okay, and a lot of tools and saws and stuff. Maybe this is bad. Turned out to be an ordinary garage on the inside. Tool shelves on both sides, canisters, rags. Covered car. No serial killers, no murder victims. I even chuckled in relief. Similar emotions could be read from my companion's face. Until something bad's gonna happen. Romka entered the garage and went clockwise around the car. He rummaged through the dusty shelves and looked at me. I got brave enough to set one foot inside the garage. Are we not concerned about the levels of, like, splatter on the walls and the writing everywhere? Because I am. Darkness was plastered all over its corners like a spider web. But if there was ever a spider here, it left its nest a long time ago. Whoa! Oh boy, so many things to look at. Let's look at this one box, because I really don't want to look at that car. Severed limbs, mounds of ground meat, and heads plastered with... What? Severed limbs, mounds of ground meat, and heads plastered with meat flies. I'll see all of that inside this box. Just like a nightmare, a scary version of the Field of Wonders, where the host pulls out the pus-oozing prizes out of a black box. Okay, I have no idea what that is, but that sounds gross. In reality, the box was empty, though. Even if there was something inside it, it was probably taken out at some point. Fair enough. Fair enough. Why does this look so much like an altar? As in, the garage is a church, and these here are the attributes of some inhuman tiger religion, the goat man. I don't want to look at the icons of that beastly faith, ancient scriptures and iron relics. No, it's just a pile of junk. Nobody is worshipped here. Shrines like these don't exist. And there's some wax on the tabletop because they often have blackouts and the owner works in candlelight. Yep, that's what it is. That's what it is. Don't worry about it. I'm sure everything's fine. Haha. Everything's going so well. Rusty tools that look like steel fangs inside the jaws of this icy place are like torture tools of a medieval executioner. The moment you touch these, a wound will bloom on your finger, and the resulting cut will get infected from the rust and dried fat, and you'll rot away alive. There's also something scarlet on the pincers. I need to go and check. Paint. It's just paint. It's just paint. Don't worry about it, guys. Haha, it's just paint. I don't know why I'm so stressed, because this game has a tendency of launching some of the most unbelievably rude and disrespectful jump scares. So that's why I'm just a little concerned that it's going to do it again. Alright. Surrounding dim light couldn't reach there. Anything could be hidden in the dark. What if someone's watching me from there? Hiding behind silvery webs. Let me stand on my tiptoes. Nope. Nothing but dust and old junk. Okay. At least he stood on his tiptoes. Now we can really rest easy. What did it grip? What crunched under the pressure of its metal maws? What poured down the workbench from its ripping flesh? The cast iron parts crumbled from continued use. But it was just a normal metalwork vise. We had one just like this in our shop classroom. Vise for metal parts, not for victims. Drops of oil, not blood. If you say so. And the car. It's a car. What else can it be? Just a car covered with top. There's nobody inside it. No dead, no living. The stench of dried up blood. It's all in my head. The thing under the cover smells like machine oil. Nothing more. Alright. Well, cool. Just a garage. With some markings on the walls, and I'm sure it's nothing. It's probably some guy's journal. He just ran out of pages. Anyway. Hey, Romka. How are you feeling about this?
Ржавый хлам.
Ugh, nothing but rusty junk.
Оказывается, это место капец какое унылое.
This place turned out to be boring as fuck.
Какому такому мудаку пришла в голову идея перевозить гараж с места на место?
What kind of moron had the bright idea to move this garage from place to place all the time? Yeah, are we just glossing over how strange that is?
Пошли отсюда.
We're leaving.
Ага.
Alright.
Давай догоним Бяшу. Ему крепко досталось.
Let's catch up with Biasha. He got it really bad. I don't like this. I went out into the snowfall. Romka was also stomping towards the exit when he suddenly stopped and stared at the car.
Слушай, а что это мы с пустыми руками будем возвращаться?
Hey, why leave this place empty-handed?
Дай-ка я хоть магнитолу скручу.
Let me at least snatch the tape deck. Don't, Romka, please. This is gonna go so bad so quickly. But we're on the adventure. Let's go. I'm so excited. It's like a roller coaster. We're at the top.
Обожди минуту, я мигом.
I'll be back in a jiffy. You sure you will, pal? Oh. Somebody sniffled from under the cover. Oh. Katya? I almost plopped into a snow pile from surprise.
Ты слышал? Она там.
Did you hear that? It's her. Oh shit. I watched my friend tugging at the cloth, but I couldn't muster the strength to rush to his aid. My legs froze into the ground. Still, Romka managed even without me. The cover he slashed with his knife flew to the side. Uh-oh. There was no car underneath it. Oh. Instead, as if growing out of the floor, there stood a huge meat grinder, sparkling with its well-oiled parts. Oh, God. I saw one just like this in Under 16 and Beyond. Don't mind me, just taking a break from this horrific situation to consult my glossary. 16 and Beyond, or Under 16 and Beyond, a Soviet and Russian TV program covering the problems of 90s youths, homelessness, the rock movement, and substance abuse, troubles in familial relationships, and lack of healthy hobbies. Oh, okay, fair enough. An industrial giant that factories use to grind cow carcasses when making sausage. Oh, wow, ow, 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 ow. Inside its bowl, which reminded me of the bloodthirsty maws of a Venus flytrap, sat a tied-up Katya. Oh God! She looked like she just snapped out of a daydream, her eyes rounded in horror. The gag in Katya's mouth prevented her from doing anything but moaning and sniffling. Get over here! I threw off my stupor like a heavy top and rushed inside the garage. In the meantime, Romka almost managed to climb the steel death machine, grabbed Katya under her shoulders and... Oh, this is gonna go so bad. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh shit, the mechanism started rumbling like an empty stomach. Romka realized what he had done and screamed. Fuck. Turn it off. Turn it off. Yeah. Okay, hang in there. Oh boy. It's no use. Not a single damn button or switch helped in stopping these horrific screeching wheels. It's not working. I can't do shit. Oh god. Get your ass over here then. Okay, can we just like pull her out? We bent towards Katya and tried to pull her out by the elbow. Oh fuck. Spirals on the bottom got to work. We slowly winded up, gathering more and more speed with every turn. Then came the crunching. Oh my god. Like that of a flame eating away at firewood. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Are you serious? No, my god, no! Oh shit. That's fucking bullshit. I was clicking that. Katya wailed through the gag, but the grinder didn't let go. It started to feast. I screamed when I saw Katya's squashed legs getting wrapped around the grinder blades. Oh my god. They looked like a pair of tattered stockings now. Ew! Her bones pierced the skin and poked out like pointy twigs. The white kneecap floated around in the crimson syrup. Fuck. I was trying to pull Katya out, but I could tell I was losing. Oh shit! No! Are you kidding me? Come on! That is so unfair. This is way too much. The blades crushed her pelvis, the bloody gravy bubbled up. Katya kept wailing, holding the same maddening note. Her eyes, bloodshot from all the burst blood vessels, popped out of their sockets. The blades reached her stomach. They scooped up the glucose tubes of intestines with ease. Just like Olya wrapped spaghetti around her fork, the stretched entrails spread through the garage. I stopped trying to help Katya. She was clearly too far gone. The girl's head dangled helplessly. Her murky eyes stared into space. Her face darkened due to the rising blood pressure. Scarlet streams ran from her eyes and ears. Katya was dead, but the machine had no intention of stopping. Hair got tangled in the blades and scalp got separated from Katya's skull with a loud smacking sound. The skin on her face slid down and death's grimace made me stagger away. I felt a pair of hands on my body and I thought I was also about to get thrown into the bowl as a dessert. I was about to become part of the same mincemeat mass as Katya. But it was Romka, dragging me away. From the mechanism's metal trunk, a thick blood-filled sausage with hair and bones mixed in plopped into the tray. We did all we could. We need to get out of here. What the fuck? Okay, I didn't expect this story to get that bad. Holy shit. Okay, we're back to this. Anton fished around in his backpack and pulled out his Polaroid for some reason. Oh, I assume to get evidence, actually. We need proof. The blades almost finished chewing up the bones. A torn-out braid dangled from one of its steel teeth. I took aim, got the hairband with the plastic strawberry in the frame. Are you kidding me? Oh, Jesus Christ. Click. The braid fell inside the meat grinder, and the giant machine stopped after letting out one last gurgle. We stumbled out of the garage. I grabbed a handful of snow and shoved it in my mouth, and chewed on the mushy substance. Romko was on his knees, wiping his face with snow. I crawled away from the monstrous meat grinder, clinging to the ice with my nails. I coughed as if trying to expectorate the memory of what I saw. But I knew that I'd never forget the smell, the sound of breaking bones, and Katya's agony. Romka crawled up to me on all fours, and for a moment, I felt like he lost his sanity from horror. And now he was going to tear into my throat like a wild beast. Instead, he grabbed my coat and started scrubbing scarlet drops from my sleeve with the snow.
Что ты делаешь?
What are you doing?
Никто не должен узнать.
We can't let anybody know.
О чем ты?
What do you mean?
Никакой милиции, слышишь?
No going to the police. Got it?
Катю по частям мы не соберем.
We're clearly not gluing Katya back together.
А я не хочу сесть в тюрьму, как мой батя.
And I don't want to end up in jail like my old man.
Но ты говорил...
But you said...
Говорил.
Right, I did. He threw a hateful glare at the garage.
Я включил мясорубку.
I turned on the meat grinder.
Нечаянно.
By accident.
Попробуй докажи.
Try and prove that.
Им только и надо, чтобы на кого-то повесить убийство.
They just need a scapegoat for all these killings.
Я за решетку пойду, а маньяк будет разгуливать на свободе.
I'll be behind bars and that serial killer will walk free.
Блять! А жизнь ведь только начала налаживаться.
Fuck. And my life was just starting to get better.
Но мы не можем просто так.
But we can't just...
Можем. Поклянись, что никому не скажешь.
We can. Swear you won't tell anybody. He didn't say the or else part out loud, but his tone clearly had that implication. I stayed silent for a minute, and spent it thinking about the bloody gravy that was flowing out of the machine. Oma was right. Even if Tikhonov believes us, the garage might be gone by that time. He'll just magically teleport to some other clearing on the other side of this damn forest.
Пожалуйста!
Please.
Кто-то должен защищать Полину.
Someone has to protect Polina. Olya too, I thought while nodding slowly.
Хорошо.
Okay. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to keep my word. That Mom will read it off my face and she'll notice blood drops or sense the smell. And I'll crack. I'll fall to the floor before her and start wailing, scared for myself and my family. And at that moment, I had no idea what was actually waiting for me in the place I mistakenly called home. Uh-oh. Whoa. Wow, we've never had a transition like that before. Anyway, not that I want to start laying down some sick comedy right now, that's not the vibe. But, good lord, the front door was open and swayed slightly in the wind. Felt like my skin was getting covered in rime. Clenched my fists. Sharp edges of the photo depicting Katya's remains dug into my palm. Why are you carrying that around? Darkness oozed in the hallway, and snowflakes floated inside along with it, landing softly on the rug. Like a pack of vultures that sensed their food. I imagined 3 meat grinders in different parts of the house, 3 members of my family getting ground by their blades. I stepped into the doorway with the utmost caution. For a moment, I thought I heard someone talking in the kitchen, but it turned out to be a radio broadcast. The previously mentioned cyclone is getting even closer to the region. The official forecast for tomorrow suggests gusts of wind reaching up to 70 kilometers per hour. Oh, have we evacuated? Emacom of Russia has called on citizens to exercise extreme caution. The roads are closed off. The cold air streams coming from the Arctic are bringing massive blizzards. Oh, nope, we didn't evacuate. I heard voices coming from the upper floor, too. My parents arguing again. For the first time in my life, the sounds of a quarrel calmed me down. The staircase let out a long squeak. I took one step, yet my heart managed to beat 6 or 7 times in the meantime. The door to my parents' room was ajar. Oh, please God, don't be anything bad. A shadow play unfolded inside a light spot. Black silhouettes were performing a dance of hatred. Mom hissed at Dad, her wrists flying towards the ceiling, and he towered over her, his hands crossed on his huge chest.
Мы все в опасности. И все из-за тебя.
We're all in danger, and it's your fault.
И не ври, ты видела его в поселке.
And stop lying. You saw him in the village. What are they talking about? Because Dad's past was that he was involved with some bad people, right? Some not so fun, funky, or fresh characters. And that's why we had to move and basically go into hiding in this little village.
Он вычислил, где мы живем.
He found out where we live. It wasn't him.
Я читала в газетах, на что способны твои дружки.
I read about the things your buddies are capable of in the newspapers. I stuffed the photo inside my pocket and walked towards my bedroom. My parents were in the middle of another quarrel where they showered each other with mutual accusations. Dad let out a low, beast-like roar.
Пусть они прекратят.
Make them stop. Olia stood in the corner, pressing her little palms against her ears. I chased away the illusion where my sister was getting devoured by blades of a meat grinder. Her face, swollen from crying, made my skin freeze. And it almost managed to push Katya's bloody image out of my mind.
Что случилось?
What happened?
Они разведутся.
They're gonna divorce. Hugged my sister and held her tight. Really messed up the when she said that. I was like, good. Not good as in like, yes, obviously that's very sad. But if this is how they argue enough that the kids are like, they're arguing again, and it's an again thing, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll be better if they just divorced and moved on. My tongue refused to listen to my commands, to look for excuses. It felt like the screams were coming from every direction. Right, left, up and down, splitting my head apart. Swear words rained down on us, so we covered our heads with our hands. Like refugees running from bombings.
Я хочу уйти.
I want to escape.
В свою комнату.
To your room?
Нет. Дальше.
No, far away.
Отведи меня в Небыляндию. Ты обещал.
Lead me to Neverland. You promised. I carefully unglued Olya's hands from her ears and led her away from the room with our parents, which was vibrating with malice.
Из-за тебя.
It's your fault. For whom? For whom? Your own, and only your own. I would never. In moments like these, I despised them more than they despised each other. I bolted down the door to my room and leaned against it. My knees gave way.
Почему тебя не было так долго?
Why were you out for so long?
Я пытался помочь одной девочке.
I tried to help a girl.
Ты помог ей?
Did you help her?
Не думаю.
I don't think so. I stood in front of the table and carefully opened one of its drawers and threw the photo of Katya's bloody braid inside. Olya tried to look from behind my back, but I slammed the drawer shut. And at the same time, something hit the window's ledge on the outside. Oh boy! Is this our cutie little owl friend, or is this like Romka or Biasha or someone throwing something at my window to get my attention? Yeah, what happened to Biasha, by the way? We sort of just left him behind. His hair went white. It was a lovely colour. Suited his complexion beautifully. But, yeah, what, is he okay? Olya shuddered and shifted her gaze towards it. Bam. Another snowball smacked into the window's frame.
Ты ждешь кого-то?
Are you expecting someone? I didn't reply. Instead, I let go of her wrist and Olya wept in fear. I crossed the room, wincing from every shout coming from my parents. I could hear plates getting smashed now. They must have moved their argument to the kitchen. Oh, her little eyes move. Oh god, that's kind of creepy. What if this is our animal friends saying, yo, your parents suck. Let's go play. Let's like vibe. Dance around in the night. Bring your sister. She's cool. Like I thought. I flung the curtains and the window open. Hey pals. Oh, there's the owl is there, so I guess that definitely wasn't Katya. Hooty, Teddy, Wolfie, most importantly, the charming Alyssa stood outside, waving at us. Olya gasped in surprise when she saw the owl girl.
Я же говорила!
See? I told you!
Да, знаю, я тебе всегда верил.
Yeah, I know. I always believed you.
Кто они?
Who are they? Her fearful voice also had some curiosity mixed in.
Чтобы в такую погоду дома сидеть, надо быть очень скучными детьми.
Only the most boring children sit at home in weather like this. We still have so many games to play. Hoot.
Давайте только не во все игры играть, а то у меня лапка болит.
But let's not play all of them. My paw hurts. Is that a hint? Because I always thought the bear was Semyon. But I don't know. Did he hurt his hand at some point?
По чуть-чуть, и потом отдохнем.
We play a little and then rest. What he said.
Выходите скорее, играть и танцевать.
Come on, come out to play and dance. You got it. My heart started beating faster as soon as I saw Alyssa. My inner voice practically screaming, she's here! She's finally here!
А они знают, как попасть в Небыляндию?
Do they know the way to Neverland? I entertained the possibility, looking at the animal kids.
Может быть, пойдем и узнаем.
Maybe. Let's go find out. The silhouettes of my forest friends promised to free us from sadness, anger, and nightly horrors. I made sure that Olya wore warm clothes. Mom barked at Dad like a wild beast from that show with Nikolai Drozdov. Oomst? Tell me all about it. A Soviet and Russian zoologist, traveler, popular science advocate, and TV host featuring in the Inside the Animal Kingdom program. He is famous for his infectious optimism and overwhelmingly empathetic attitude towards animals. Oh, well, sounds like a gem. We snuck past the rumbling kitchen and into the snowfall outside. Hi, buddy. How are you? So good to see you again. I actually am so happy to see Alyssa again. It's been so long. Alyssa ran up to me and hugged me tight, poking her cold nose into my neck.
Как же долго!
You took so long.
Пока мы вас домоседов ждали, то чуть не состарились.
We almost got old waiting for you shut-ins. She pressed her body into me even harder.
Оказывается, ждать так утомительно.
Turns out, waiting is so tiring. Yeah, his hand is all bandaged up.
Фух, дайте хоть минуточку в себя прийти.
Oh, give me a minute to catch my breath. I'm exhausted.
Однажды
Hi.
я тоже долго собиралась, а когда закончила, то и вовсе забыла куда.
I was preparing to leave for a long time once, hoot hoot, and when I was done, I forgot where I was supposed to go. Okay, cool. Olya looked at the owl with suspicion. But she still giggled when the bird did a backflip and landed perfectly on her feet without staggering. All the other animals, as if on cue, stopped fooling around and stared at Olya in amazement.
Это же та девочка, что не хотела со мной дружить.
That's the girl who didn't want to become friends. Because you scared her.
Меня зовут Оля.
My name is Olya.
Раньше я просто тебя боялась.
I was afraid of you before.
Тебя испугала наша совушка?
Were you afraid of our Hootie?
Может быть, у нее совофобия?
Maybe she has owlphobia. All of the things that have happened so far in this game, owlphobia wouldn't even surprise me.
А это лечится?
Can you cure that?
Главное, чтобы ребенок не боялся веселиться.
It doesn't matter as long as she's not afraid of having fun.
Иначе с нами можно умереть от страха.
Or she might get scared to death with us. I was stunned at the realization that my lips were slowly forming a smile. And that's after everything I saw in the garage. Every time I met Alyssa, it felt like I crossed a river. The sound of flowing water suppressed all of my negative thoughts.
Какие у вас красивые костюмы!
Your costumes are so pretty! The fox girl let go of me and squatted beside Olya.
О, какая очаровашка.
My, what a cutie.
Антоша, почему ты прятал от нас это милое создание раньше?
Why did you hide such a cute creature from us before? I glanced at the house, worried that our parents might have seen us and were about to ruin our fun like they always do. Then hugged my sister and replied,
Давайте отойдем подальше.
let's get further away from here.
Запросто.
Sure thing.
Оля, а ты знаешь, как найти в нашем лесу Деда Мороза?
Hey, Olya, do you know how to find Grandpa Frost in our forest? Whomst? Tell me more about this Grandfather Frost. Sounds like a cold man. Dead Moros. Moros? A legendary figure similar to Santa Claus, hailing from Slavic mythology. He's often depicted wearing a heel-length fur coat in red or blue, a semi-round fur hat, and a pair of Russian traditional winter footwear, valenki. His face is adorned by a long white beard, and he walks with a long magic stick. He's said to bring presents to well-behaving children on New Year's Eve. Oh, that's real cute. And he sounds like a fashion icon. My little sister's eyes widened. How?
Нужно идти по сладкой тропинке.
You need to follow the sweet trail. God, this game is stunning. Alyssa bent down and took a candy out of the snow. Yeah, I took candy from you like this. Is this what happened to me? It's got a little mask on it. Olya raised her hands in amazement. She gave me an inquiring look. I nodded. My sister munched on the candy.
У нас что, в лесу завелся Дед Мороз?
Wait, do we hoot hoot have Grandpa Frost in our forest?
Почему? Ты мне не рассказывала.
Why, hoot hoot, didn't you tell me?
Я рассказывала. Сегодня днем.
I did, this afternoon.
Но ведь днем я сплю.
But I sleep during the day.
Ага. Вот я и рассказывала, пока ты спала.
Right, I told you while you were sleeping. Oh, hi. Oh. Whoa! She's a tail and everything now. God, that is not a mask then. What is it with these creatures? Because like before, when I first met her, I thought surely it's just a mask that she can take off. It's just a really, really good mask. But now she's got a tail and it moves. I feel like the more and more I get into this story, the more questions I have. I feel like I'm no closer to finding or figuring anything out, which is incredible. I love that. Alyssa dashed away, wiggling her red tail like a torch's flame. Olya went right after her without thinking and laughed after taking another candy out of a snow pile.
Вы такие бодрые. На вас аж смотреть противно.
You're so lively. Makes me sick to my stomach.
А ты давай не зевай!
And you, stop being so passive. Huh.
Лучше беги с нами к Деду Морозу, пока все подарки не разобрали.
Run with us to Grandpa Frost. Well, there are still presents left.
Скажешь тоже.
No way.
Скорее уж мне на голову свалится 3 кило конфет, чем я поверю в байки лисицы.
I won't believe the fox's tales unless 10 pounds of sweets drop on my head right now. Same, actually. Damn it. When the aforementioned sweets started raining down on the bear's head, I couldn't stop myself from laughing at him, ouching and bobbing his head up and down. Tasty treats glistened in the snow, and Teddy sneezed and pulled a Little Bear in the North candy out of his ear.
Я бы вздремнул часок, а уж потом пересчитал все эти шоколадки.
I'd take an hour-long nap and then count all these chocolates.
У меня такое подозрение, что тут не больше килограмма.
I suspect there are no more than 3 pounds here. Alyssa shouted at us from the other side of the forest.
Не в этой жизни!
Maybe in another life.
Давайте скорее! Дед Мороз уже заждался нас во дворце!
Hurry up! Grandpa Frost is getting tired of waiting for you in his castle. Man has a castle. He has a floor-length robe, a stick, a cool hat, and a castle. You kidding me? I shrugged and ran. Running loosened the grip of fear I felt all this time. Yeah, oh god. Oh, something round whizzed past my temple. I decided it was a snowball, but then Olya proclaimed,
Zephyr!
what she said. What's that? A type of soft confectionery popular in post-Soviet countries. It's made by whipping fruit and berry puree with sugar and egg whites, with subsequent addition of a gelling agent. Its chocolate-coated variant shares the same family of treats, with American Malamars, German Schokokuss, and Iranian Bastani Zamistani. Sounds good. Kinda like a meringue, but just way better.
Не подбирай, он испачкался.
Don't pick it up. It's dirty. Well, I mean, 5-second rule. And also, it's snow. I'm sure it's fine.
Ты что, веришь в микробов?
Huh? Do you believe in microbes?
А ты нет?
You don't?
Раньше верила.
I used to. Back when you were alive. Graceful rows of colossal pines greeted us with their rustling paws. Snow drifted upwards into the endless black sky, just like last time. It's really weird that the snow goes up, but if this is one of Anton's delusions, because not to be like insensitive or anything, but he is on medication. That was hinted at in the first episode. I think he's on some pretty serious medication, but they didn't specify for what or why. But I mean, Olya's here now too, and she's seeing these kids as well. So, well, she actually saw the kids first. She saw the owl first. So what is real and what isn't? And why is the snow going up? Snow piles lighted up like melted silver.
Как же красиво! А я думала, в лесу страшно.
So pretty. And I thought the forest was scary.
Нас родители пугали лесом, снегом и совой.
Bars.
Ну а мы с собой играли в снежной чаще под луной.
Yay! I did my best to keep track of Olya's movement, but it was a difficult task. My sister would jump inside bushes, picking up more candy, only to get back on the trail laughing. Jesus. Hooty flew over our heads, landing on a branch, and started hooting and shaking her head. Wolfie dug into the snow with his face, dragged out a pile of bubblegum and swallowed it without taking off the wrapping.
У тебя будет несварение.
Your tummy will hurt. The wolf got scared and spat out the gumball. That's adorable.
Враки, злые собаки.
Lies, lies, nasty flies.
Нет никаких несварений.
Tummy aches don't exist. Huh. Come talk to me after a large pizza. Okay?
Вся эта чушь случается только со взрослыми.
Fair enough. That's true. I guess I am a grown-up. You have a point. All that nonsense only happens to grown-ups. Or IBS. Alyssa stopped in her tracks and moved a canopy of intertwined branches to the side in a pompous manner, like you would open the curtains in a theatre. Oh, the theatre. Whoa, that is actually... Is this the garage? It has one light on the front, like the garage. I don't know, obviously, that was just an assumption, but I'm sure we would have noticed a stunning, glistening castle in the forest with flags on it. Very beautiful and ornate and everything. And then there's this one dinky, ugly light on the front. That doesn't track. Behind that obstacle lay a clearing. There stood an ice castle, glistening with silver.
О, это все взаправду?
Is this real?
Защипнуть тебя.
Should I pinch you?
Не надо ее щипать.
There's no need to pinch her. We stared at the sparkling miracle. Its towers and walls were made out of snow and icy marble. I heard a calming sound of ringing little bells. There was also the smell of chocolate and burnt sugar in the air.
Милости прошу к нашему шалашу.
Welcome to our humble abode. Come on in. She didn't have to invite us twice. We entered the castle, spinning around and squinting from the blinding sparkles. Oh! Sir, do I bow? I don't know what to do. I know that this is all very fake. I don't know why Olya's in on this as well, but none of this is real, obviously. We're in the fucking garage, and this is the fucking serial killer, probably. Grandpa Frost sat atop a shiny throne. I told you, fashion icon though. Seriously, I want that coat. Puffy pom-poms swung atop the two peaks of his hat. A snow-white beard covered his kind smile. Kind? Question mark? He looked just like I imagined him back in the day when I still believed in Mom's fairy tales. Tall, strong, hot as fuck, hairy, radiating frost and warmth at the same time. And his voice, low and syrupy, enveloped me like the smoke of a festive bonfire.
Антон и Ольга.
Oh.
Ох, и намучились же вы, ребятки, пока сюда добирались.
You probably got tired while getting here, my dear children.
Что ты, дедушка? Мы быстро дошли.
Oh no, Grandpa. We got here really fast. My sister spoke with the castle's master like she never spoke with adults, in a lively, carefree manner, as if they were the same age.
Знаю, все знаю.
Of course, I know all about it.
Мне мои друзья докладывают.
I have a lot of friends. They tell me everything.
Кто был покладистым весь год, того подарок утром ждет.
And if you're diligent all year, I will bring you gifts, my dear. Is he rhyming?
А кто ленился и грустил, пускай он дедушку простит.
If you're lazy and upset, please forgive this kind old man.
Лентяем и грустяем конфет не запасаем.
I'm so confused and also so on edge because I know that this is bad, but it's so cute. Candy won't encounter lazy bones and downers. Oh, fuck, I'm screwed then.
А я не ленилась.
I'm not lazy.
И о том знаю.
This too I know. He gave us a long, evaluating look. His real face was hidden under the Grandpa Frost mask. Ew. I was just standing there, unblinking, my gaze glued to the old man. I could accept children living in the forest and fantastical jumps towards the moon, but seeing Grandpa Frost in his frozen castle left me completely speechless.
Есть у меня для вас кое-что особенное.
I have something special for you two. It's Katya's other braid. A sack appeared in his giant hand, steady. My nostrils got attacked by the aroma of cocoa, halva, and tangerines. What's halva? Tell me all about it in this horrific situation. A confectionery that originated from Persia, usually consisting of a thick paste made from flour, butter, liquid oil, saffron, rosewater, milk, cocoa powder, and sweetened with sugar. That sounds real strong.
Спасибо, но мы уже ели конфеты.
Thank you, but we've already eaten some candy. Grandpa Frost pierced me with his eyes. I really don't like this gentleman anymore. I knew it was a mask, but now that you pointed it out, I really don't like him. Why is... but...
Разве то конфеты были? Так, одно название.
You call that candy? That was piss. That was just straight piss. Someone pissed in the snow. That was nothing.
Вот у меня конфеты волшебные, прямиком из Небыляндии привезенные.
My candy is special. Straight from Neverland. Yeah, you might be all-knowing, all-seeing, deity, or whatever. So I guess that would make sense for why you know we've been talking about Neverland, but still, I don't trust you at all.
Из Небыляндии?
From Neverland? I should have never brought my sister here. What is wrong with me?
Сразу бы вам их дал. Заслужили.
Seriously, what is wrong with Anton that he's like, oh, I just saw all of that I saw today. You know, the meat grinding incident. There's clearly a serial killer on the loose. He's clearly killed, like, several children our age. Let's just go into the forest late at night, eat some candy or piss off the floor, and vibe it out. I'd give them to you right away. You clearly deserve them.
Но есть правила.
But rules are rules.
Надобно вам
Oh, God.
дедушкины загадки отгадать. Попробуйте.
You need to solve 3 of Grandpa's riddles. Wanna try? Sir, I have not switched on my brain today. I'm gonna be upfront and honest with you. I tried splitting my parched lips apart, but Olya was the first to reply. Yes.
Тогда слушайте
Okay, so these
первую.
actual riddles. Here comes the first one.
В нем живут машины и хранятся шины.
It's a home for cars and all sorts of tires. What is that? I looked around at the masked children. They stood without moving in the corners, but their shadows danced on the walls. I hear a low hum, and in my confusion I thought it was the sound of their rumbling stomachs. I fucking knew it was the garage. I knew it.
Верно.
Fucking piss. Anton, please get it together.
Вторая загадка. Подключайся, Антон.
Now, on to the second one. You try to solve it too, Anton.
Весь день ходит, как тень, посудой гремит, на всех шипит.
All day long, to the shadows they belong. They rattle the plates and hiss at their mates. My eyebrows shot up in confusion.
Мама?
Moms? Olya raised her hand.
Можно я?
Can I? Can I?
Это кошка.
It's a kitty.
Верно.
Correct.
Осталась последняя загадка и подарки
Hell yeah.
ваши.
Fuck yeah, we're so fucking smart. Rather, she is. I'm not. Here's the last one. Solve it and the gifts are yours. No thank you.
Только вот незадача, ребятушки.
Oh, but what a stroke of bad luck, my dear children.
Запамятовал я, о чем же была эта загадка.
I've completely forgotten what the riddle was about.
А может, наши друзья-зверята нам подскажут?
Fuck. This is so bad. Maybe our little animal friends can help us. Oh boy. Children in costumes surrounded us, laughing and stomping, only to start spinning in a crazed roundelay that somewhat reminded me of the dance under my window on that fateful night. Grandpa Frost sits on his throne. At the kids, he's smiling back. Please don't make them wait too long. Come open your old... Oh, sack. I see. Got it. Grandpa Frost burst out laughing, satisfied. Then he unhinges his jaw like a snake and consumes the world. I don't know, I don't trust this man.
Убедили старика. Получайте.
Fuck. Okay, you've proved yourself to this old man. Here you go. I don't like this. He scattered a mountain of sweets from his scarred sack, some of which I'd never even seen in commercials before. Oh, I see. We got Wilkie Maze, and I assume that's gonna be like Spickers or something. Bubblegum of all shapes and colors with tasty aromas and inserts sticking out. Lollipops the size of a fist and tangerines the size of Olya's head. Also Snickers, Mars, Bounty Bars, and Kinder Surprise eggs. Oh yeah, I didn't see the Kinder egg. That we haven't eaten for so long already.
Ой, спасибо.
Wow, thank you. I wiped away the tears of joy with my sleeve. It's gonna turn into a pile of people when my inner voice persuaded me to get rid of all doubts. This is exactly what I wanted for my sister and myself. The true Neverland. Without bullying and taboos. We're finally going to be happy. Grandpa Frost straightened up as he left his throne and threw his hands into the air above the treats. Oh boy. Animals that stood to his sides also raised their paws. Their eyes sparkled brighter than precious gems. The wolf's maw was wet with saliva.
А будет пир на весь мир.
Feast, my children. This is gonna be a pile of entrails, pile of human parts, and we're gonna chow down. Jesus. Animal kids rushed to devour candy one by one, pushing each other and growling. Their faces were smeared with something dark. Olya grabbed the closest candy and tore off the wrapper. Do not eat that. When I saw that, I felt a pendulum swing inside me. Refuse. No, I'm a refuse. She looks sad when I do though, but I know it's people parts. Okay, I've saved, but I don't know why I would want to come back and change this decision, because I am fairly certain that this would be a very bad idea. Well, morally bad anyway. I don't know about story-wise, but for now I'm going to say no. Olya, I don't want that for you. You deserve better. I gripped Olya's wrist so hard that she squeaked, either from pain or from surprise. Don't. Cautious whispers spread throughout the room. Ears twitched on the masks. Shadows slid from one place to another.
Что такое? Что случилось?
What's wrong? Did something happen?
Ничего страшного.
It's fine.
Просто Тоша верит в несуществующий диабет.
It's just Tosha believes in non-existing diabetes.
Расказни родителей.
Parents lie.
Разбудите меня, когда он перестанет валять дурака.
Wake me up when he stops fooling around. Never gonna happen, my friend. Hi, big man. Back it up a bit. Grandpa Frost leaned into me. He smelled of caramel and just a tiny bit of dampness. He's the fucking goat man.
Давайте не будем портить праздник, друзья.
He's either the goat man or he's the serial killer. I'm decided yet. Let's not spoil this. Oh god, what if it's Biasha? Oh god, what if they were eating Biasha? Let's not spoil this wonderful occasion, my friends.
Сегодня каждый должен веселиться. Ешьте и пляшите.
Everybody should be having fun today. Eat and dance. Olya tried to pull her hand away, but I kept it in my clutches. I looked at the sweets, and at the tall old man, and tried to focus on a barely discernible stench coming from him. The stench of rot and decay masked with a sugary aroma, the foul smell of a beast. It felt like I was finally able to shrug off some strong delusion. Fear, exhaustion, and coldness returned to me.
Спасибо, но мы сыты.
Thank you, but we're not hungry.
И мы пойдем, наверное. Мама с папой переживают уже.
And, I think we'll be going. Mom and Dad are probably worried sick already. Alyssa, don't do this. I liked you. I dragged my sister towards the exit, but Alyssa stood in our way. She had a china platter in her hands. For a brief moment I imagined maggots crawling inside it, but as soon as my eyes darted towards the offering, I saw gummy worms instead of a vomit-inducing writhing bowl of living ones.
Прошу, Антон. Мы же друзья, правда?
Anton, please. We're friends, right? Yeah, we are. I thought we were.
Мы даже больше, чем друзья.
We're even more than friends.
Вспомни, что я обещала.
Remember my promise?
Никто не причинит тебе зла, пока я рядом.
Nobody will hurt you as long as I'm here.
Ни тебе, ни Оле.
Neither you nor Olya.
Так что съешь, пожалуйста, всего одну.
So please, eat at least one.
Съешь, а?
Pretty please.
Антон, пусти! Ну пусти!
Let me go, Anton. Let me go.
Теперь и ты все мне запрещаешь, прям как мама.
You're just like Mom now, forbidding me from doing anything. Olya convulsed hysterically, trying to free herself from my clutches.
Это неправильно.
This is wrong.
Все здесь какое-то неправильное.
Everything is wrong about this place.
Вот как?
Is that so?
А ты не задумывался, что из неправильного тут только твое мировоззрение?
Have you considered that maybe the only thing that's wrong here is your perception?
Как ты думаешь, что делают те таблетки, которые ты глотаешь круглые сутки?
See, told you he was on medication for something. Ever thought what those pills that you gulp down every day do to you? Huh?
Они искажают реальность, путают мысли, уводят тебя со снежной тропинки.
They twist reality, they tangle your thoughts, they lead you away from the snowy trail. I looked at Alyssa with suspicion, searching for a comeback, but I couldn't find one. Vova, and I remembered Vova's bloody mitten. But that was just an illusion.
Кто вы?
Who are you?
А на кого мы похожи?
And who do we look like to you? Like nightmares that ravage my sick mind.
С нами вас никто больше не накажет, не запрет в комнате, не бросит в одиночестве.
With us, nobody will ever punish you. Nobody will lock you up in your room or abandon you.
Отныне никто не заставит вас делать то, что вам не хочется.
From this moment on, nobody will be able to force something you don't want upon you.
Откуда вы знаете, чего нам не хочется?
How do you know what we don't want? The old man rubbed Wolfie, who was munching loudly behind the ear.
Я знаю.
Oh, I do know.
Мне шепчут ветра и тени, холодные звезды и безграничные небеса.
Winds and shadows whisper to me, as do cold stars and endless skies.
Они говорят, что дети не хотят взрослеть,
They tell me that children don't want to grow up,
превращаться в тех, кто живет запретами, угрозами, наказаниями.
They don't want to turn into those who live by taboos, threats, punishments. His voice grew louder and louder with every word.
Ожиданием старости и смерти.
Those who live, waiting to grow old and die.
Дети живут мечтами.
But children live by their dreams.
Я отлично знаю детские мечты о счастливой и беззаботной жизни.
Oh, I know full well how children dream of a happy, carefree life.
Той, в которой есть чудеса и дикая свобода.
The life of wild freedom and miracles. His voice rang like thunder. It made all the hair on my head stand on end.
Все это будет вашим, стоит только захотеть.
All of this will be yours. You only need but wish.
Стоит только попросить.
And then he whispered,
Стоит только согласиться.
Согласиться.
Except, oh, the light's gone from her eyes. I don't like this. Olga repeated after him like an echo, as if enchanted.
Да, моя дорогая.
Please, God, no. I shouldn't have brought Olga here. Yes, my dear girl.
Вкусить это.
Partake of this feast. The old man pointed towards the fox girl.
Я прошу тебя, ради всех нас, ради меня, ради сестры.
Please, I beg you, for all of us, for me, for your sister.
Зайчик, отведай хотя бы кусочек.
Please, Bunny, take a single bite,
И тогда ты все поймешь.
and you'll understand everything. Are you kidding me? That is an impossible decision. Because that's the thing, I want to know more about these creatures and the forest spirit and everything. I want to know. But I don't want Olya to know. She's innocent. She hasn't done anything. She doesn't need to know. If I choose to eat it, does that mean she does as well? Oh, I hate this. Either way, I've saved. So I've given myself the option, if I want to come back and change it, then I can. Right? Yes. Oh. That is so cool. That is not cool. I hate that. I don't know how far we are to the end of the game. I want to accept because I'm curious what happens. But if I have enough time and we're pretty close to the end of the game that I can come back and change it, I will also choose to refuse, and then we'll see. If we have time. Let's see. I fished out the most tasty looking candy from the pile of sweets on the floor. Then took a bite. Milk chocolate melted in my mouth.
С выбором вас поздравляю. Веселитесь в этот час.
This game looks weird in color. I applaud your bold decision. Now, it's time for you to play. Whoa.
Я
Wow.
желание исполняю, сокровенный для вас.
I will grant your deepest wishes. Let me lighten up your day. Wow. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's definitely parts you're eating of probably Biasha or Katya. Anton, look! My sister's face was smeared in chocolate. I was about to reprimand her, but words got stuck in my throat. A Christmas tree erupted from my throat. A giant spruce shot towards the stars and disappeared somewhere in outer space, crowned by a giant moon. Giant bowls shined up on its branches, garlands of lights gleamed with all colors of the rainbow. The roof disappeared and myriads of constellations sprawled on the night sky above us. Wow. Music, laughter, the smell of evergreen and sweets. God, this game is beautiful even in color. How do they do this? And Teddy, Wolfie, and Hootie dancing beside us. And the snowflakes floating backwards. I burst out laughing, touched by the bushy golden tinsel. It was all real.
Это что? Это она?
Is that it?
Вы тут не про Неверленд случайно говорите?
Are you talking about Neverland by any chance?
Это и есть Неверленд?
Is this Neverland? Alyssa performed a theatric bow. Christmas balls gleamed and shimmered, and my soul shimmered in unison with them. I was becoming the magic winter forest, the soft evergreen, all of the constellations at the same time.
Добро пожаловать домой.
Welcome home. This is where my home always was. The snow sparkled, almost blinding me. Olya started Olya started spinning in a dance. She grabbed a candy with each of her hands. Look at him go! He's talent! Wow. Wolfie juggled Kinder Surprise eggs. Did you see that? Consoles, handheld games, dolls, Transformer figures lay under the spruce as if they were brought here by trucks.
Это все наше!
Is this for us? I realized I was also dancing, so I replied while moving.
Многовато для нас одних. Я бы поделился с кем-нибудь. А ты?
It's a bit too much for just the two of us. I'd share it with somebody. What do you think?
Ну, если с кем-то хорошим.
Only if it's somebody nice. A group of children stood at the edge of the woods, their enchanted gazes directed at our celebration. Hey! Whoa. I jumped across the whole clearing and glided to the ground near them. Like a rabbit would. Oh boy, so yeah, we're kind of like Pied Pipering children from the village and leading them to the forest spirit. Wow.
Хотите с нами?
Wanna come to us? Can we?
Спрашивайте.
Of course. The kids took each other by the hand. I led the procession towards the gifts. There was no better feeling than leading someone on the road to their dreams. The holiday party was finally in full swing. In every holiday, just like in A Beautiful Apple, always sat a nasty little worm called transience. Yet here, under the bristly paws of a magnificent spruce, holidays never ended.
Ты счастлив, Тоша?
Are you happy, Tosha?
Я счастлив.
I am. Whoa! Up in the sky, majestic fireworks went off, illuminating the dancing figures. My eyes wetted. My muscles sprung up. I tilted my head backwards to look at the moon and screamed at the top of my lungs from overflowing emotion.
Ты счастлив, зайчик?
Are you happy, Bunny? I jumped towards the stars and did a flip. All of Neverland could hear my scream.
Счастлив!
Be happy. I'm sure everything worked out. You know, the cannibalism aside. For the first time in the long days I'd spent in the new house, I woke up with a smile on my face. This time, happiness had a tight grip on me. I stretched, enjoying the sweet sensation with every cell of my body. Outside, I could hear the joyful chirping of beautiful red-chested bullfinches, who celebrated the bright January sun. Their chirping granted me hope that the naked forest outside my window would someday turn into a lush paradise for my parents and my little sister. The corridor was filled with dog barks and the patter of tiny feet. the door to my bedroom flew open, greeting me with a warm breeze and the aroma of freshly made coffee. Papo! Oh! Zulka! Zulka! Yes? Olya stood in the doorway, shining with happiness, holding the cute Zulka, who wiggled both her body and her tail.
Тоша, гляди! Папа разрешил ей
Aww. Look, Tosha, look! Papa said she can stay. Oh, I'm so happy. Tears of joy formed in my little sister's eyes.
У меня теперь есть собака!
I have my own dog now. I couldn't help but jump up from the bed upon hearing this wonderful news.
Да ведь это же Жулька.
That's Zulka.
Сам ты жулька! Ее зовут принцесса.
Zulka? No, her name is Princess. Actually.
Да, ваше высочество?
Right, Your Highness. The dog barked in agreement. There we go. Princess, then.
Тук-тук. Можно к вам?
Knock, knock. Can I come in? You gonna apologize for screaming and shouting at our mother last night? She owes us an apology too, by the way. Oh, there you are. To my complete surprise, Dad stepped in through the doorway, smiling and hugging Mom, which was outright bizarre.
Как тебе пополнение?
What do you think of the new family member?
Мне эта дуреха под колеса бросилась, еле вырулил.
This idiot threw herself under my car. I barely avoided her.
Машину поцарапал, думал, голыми руками удавлю.
I got my car scratched. Thought I'd choke her with my own 2 hands.
А заглянул ей в глаза. Они такие, как бы сказать...
Then I looked her in the eye and there I saw... How do I put it?
Умные.
Intelligence.
Во! А сама дрожит вся.
Yeah, and the poor thing was shaking all over.
Ну, говорю, ладно, доедешь со мной до дома и сиденье не обгадишь, тогда оставайся.
And then I said, alright, if you manage to make it home without soiling my seats, I'll let you stay.
Принцессы не гадят.
Princesses can't soil anything. We laughed in unison, just like in the good old days, when every little thing could easily make us burst out laughing.
Чего замолчал? Давай, продолжай.
Well, why did you stop? Continue with your stories. Mom gave Dad a cunning look and he turned away, red as a beet. They were acting like total kids.
А еще из хороших новостей, ваш папа получил повышение.
There's more good news. Your dad got a promotion.
Грешно, конечно, радоваться, ведь старший бухгалтер пропал все-таки.
Oh, I shouldn't exactly be happy about it since the chief accountant went missing and all.
Но, как говорится, нет худа без добра.
But, you know, for us it's just silver lining.
Это значит, тебя чаще не будет дома?
Doesn't that mean you'll be away from home more?
Это значит двойную надбавку плюс премии.
That means double the bonuses.
Правильно, Карина.
That's right, Karina.
Так что готовьтесь. На следующей неделе нас всех ждет семейное путешествие.
Which means you should all prepare for a family trip next week. My heart started beating faster after those words.
Куда?
Where? Disneyland? Olya even loosened her grip on the poor Zulka.
Неужели в Макдональдс?
Are we going to McDonald's? Oh, that's so sad.
Скажешь тоже, Оль.
Come on, Olya.
Бери выше. Мы давно уже планировали эту поездку, да все не получалось.
Aim higher. We've been planning this trip for a long time, but something always messed it up.
Вы уж простите нас, ребятки.
We're so sorry about that, kids. Mom wiped away a tear with her fist.
Да ладно тебе, Карин. Все в прошлом.
It's okay, Karina. It's all in the past.
В общем, собирайте чемоданы, летим в Диснейленд!
Anyway, gather your things. We're flying to Disneyland. My sister and I jumped up to the ceiling with joy. The dog also got excited from that passionate speech and joined us.
Диснейленд! Диснейленд!
I don't... Our jubilant screams filled the house, rushed through the attic and the drain pipes, flew across the front yard and sneaked into the shining white forest, taking the scary D word away with it. What? I swore that I'll remember that day forever. The day when my parents finally dropped their derisive masks and underneath them were the faces of parents we always knew and loved. Lilia Pavlovna still hadn't returned to school after Katya went missing. So today, I was able to get a good night's sleep and went to school when it was already bright outside. The trail led to a snow-white plain with blackened houses in the background. They pumped out grey smoke that carried the smell of birch and pine logs. The freezing cold of the night had finally let up, It fell into slumber under the early sunlight. Ice sparkles appeared on the white caps atop the houses. I stopped, confident that nobody could spoil my good mood today. You shouldn't be confident of such things. You know, every single time we go into the school, someone is gone, and it's probably gonna be fucking Paulina. No sadness, no self-pity because of Paulina, who was probably already sharing all of her grand plans about conquering Vienna with Romka. All of that was gone, forever. A cow let out a long moo somewhere in the distance. I fell out of my fleeting daydream and walked forward, crunching with the snow blanket under my soles. Fluffy clouds floated above my head. I recognized the friendly shapes of animal kids in them. Whoa! Jesus, Alyssa. Or maybe that's Paulina. Suddenly a snowball landed on the back of my head. Girlish laughter that reminded me of a small ringing bell in the spring breeze tickled my ears. I turned around, expecting to see her, my lovely guide into the dream world, my dear Alyssa. Yet instead of a fox girl, Paulina stood at the trodden path behind me, with her faithful violin case in hand.
Опять Петров ворон считаешь?
Got your head in the clouds again, huh, Petrov? She lunged at me with contagious laughter, locking her arms round my neck. I just stood there in awe, drowning in the sweet aroma of her perfume.
Что с тобой?
Did something happen? This is cute, by the way. She flashed me an embarrassed smile. I saw her cornflower-colored eyes gleam.
Дедушка мой, он
My grandpa, he
снова может ходить, представляешь?
He can walk again. Can you believe it?
В это даже сельский врач не верил, а он будто назло ему встал и пошел.
I love that. The local doctor had no faith in him, but it's like he just stood up and started walking just to spite.
О, это самый счастливый день в моей жизни, Антон!
Oh, this is the happiest day of my life, Anton. Unless she's talking about her grandpa's and the goat guy, and he needed all of his animal friends together in order to complete something, and now he's got his rabbit back. I'm just saying, just saying. She dug her face deep into my chest, tightened her grip on my neck as if I was more than just a friend to her. Started looking around, anxious.
Полина, нас могут увидеть.
Paulina, somebody could see us.
Из-за Пятифанова беспокоишься?
Are you worried about Pyatifanov?
Брось ты это дело. Его и след простыл.
What? Then you worried for nothing. He has not been seen for a while. I cautiously parted with Paulina, trying to understand whether it was some sort of prank or the truth.
Ну ты чего, не веришь, что ли?
Wait, you don't believe me?
К нам вчера, буквально ночью, старший лейтенант Тихонов
Oh
приезжал.
shit. The officer, Lieutenant Tikhonov, came to our house last night.
Так и так, Бяша потерялся, а вместе с ним и дружок его Ромка.
He said that Byasha, along with his buddy Romka, went missing. A group of skiers glided past us straight into the forest. Paulina leaned into my ear, sharing her whisper with me, her eyes still locked on the skiers.
Как я поняла, во всех этих исчезновениях Тихонов подозревает Пятифанова.
As far as I know, Tikhonov suspects that all the previous cases were Pyatifanov's fault.
Да ладно.
No way!
Я сама в шоке.
I was shocked myself.
По слухам, у Ромки того. Совсем шарики за ролики заехали.
There are rumors that Romka, well, went off the deep end.
Да я, в принципе, и не удивлена.
I mean, I'm not exactly surprised to hear that.
Что ты имеешь в виду?
What do you mean?
А ты не знал? Он из проблемной семьи.
Haven't you heard? He's from a very troubled family. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's as troubled, you know? He just has a shitty family with a shitty upbringing, but he could be fine. Happens to lots of people, unfortunately.
Даже думать не хочу, что творилось у них дома.
I don't even want to imagine what had been going on in their home. Romka always seemed excessively aggressive to me, always angry at everyone without a good reason. Now the darkness that he harbored within overflowed into the outside world and led multiple small innocent souls to their demise, as well as his own. It was hard to believe, but the first time I laid eyes on Romka, I thought that things would end this way. Why are you just switching up all of a sudden, Anton? What the fuck? He was a good friend to you. He was a good pal, okay? Yes, he kicked the dog once, I'm still not over it, I'll never forgive him for it. But he didn't deserve this.
Вот, а ты еще мне его сватал.
Yeah, and you wanted me to date him.
Как вспомню.
I shudder every time I remember that.
Прости, пожалуйста.
I'm so sorry. She waved her hand and smiled.
Кто старое помянет?
All in the past now.
Вот бы еще и бездомные дворняги тоже исчезли.
I only wish all the stray dogs would disappear too. Yeah, people told me about that in the last... Was it the last episode where they talked about stray dogs being a problem and I questioned it? People told me about that. I was surprised.
Не жизнь была бы, а песня.
Now that would be a wonderful world. I looked at Polina with suspicion.
Да шучу я!
Haha, just joking. The more you talk, the less I trust you.
Пойдем скорее, а то опоздаем.
Let's move, or we're gonna be late. Polina grabbed my hand and started running along the village road, accompanied by joyful laughter. With every step, every laugh, every joke, the warmth I thought I'd forgotten enveloped my heart more and more. The all-consuming feeling of falling in love came back to me. This time for good, it seemed. I tried letting go of Polina's hand near the classroom entrance, embarrassed that our classmates might taunt us. But it was as if Polina didn't care at all. She only gripped my palm even harder while opening the door. And I was gonna say, what classmates? See, there's like 3 people left. And she was right. Now that the cunning Katya, the heartless Romka, the sneering Biasha were gone, our class looked as if it was sanitized from parasites. It became friendlier. Kinda. I didn't get looks overflowing with hatred anymore. There was nobody to spit a ball of chewed paper at me through an empty shell of a ball pen. I sat at my lonely desk when Polina joined me. I wasn't surprised at all. Cute. She was so charming that I could call her my muse. A wave of inspiration hit me and I couldn't help pull my sketchbook out of my bag. I licked the pencil lead and my eyes glued to my model. She smiled at me again.
Что ты задумал?
What's on your mind?
Спокойствие. Работает профессионал.
No worries, a professional at work here. Anton got some riz. Anton got riz for real. I drafted the shapes of her mesmerizing figure.
Знаешь, я часто наблюдал за тобой отсюда.
You know, I've watched you from here often. She glanced at her former desk and then fixed a strand of hair behind her ear in embarrassment.
Правда?
Really? I outlined her cute cheeks with multiple wide lines. It was the first time I was able to grasp somebody's proportions so precisely.
Полина.
She froze in place, afraid of disrupting my work with one wrong move and dispelling the magic of the moment.
Наклонись, пожалуйста, сюда.
Lean here a bit more, please.
Вот так, да, хорошо.
Yes, like that. Good. Less of that. Choking from anxiousness, Polina loosened the knot on her neckerchief. Okay, this was cute, now it's getting weird.
Скажи, ты согласна стать героиней моего комикса?
What is happening? Say, would you become the main heroine in my comic? Oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Pleasant shivers running. Okay, whatever.
Да! Да!
Great.
Как долго я ждала этих слов, милый!
I don't think she's been waiting for you to ask this. She didn't know you were writing a comic. This is all fake. This is all some fake-ass shit. Anton, you're dreaming. Wake up. The lead couldn't endure all of the tension and cracked, bursting into a million tiny pieces. Great. I couldn't believe my eyes when I looked at the drawing. Oh. I was looking at a terrible daub, in the place where Polina's face was just a second ago. Now rested some sort of formless mess. Oh. See, this is what I want. Not that other shit you were just trying to start, game. This is what I want. It took me some time to realize I was sitting alone in an empty classroom. I bet it's like nighttime, right? And we just came straight from the forest. We didn't even go home yet. With only the specks of dust flying in the moonlight as my company. It was dark outside. My classmates, Polina, the feeling of euphoria, all of them were gone. Somebody wrote down a nursery rhyme on the blackboard with a piece of chalk, but some of the words were wiped out so I could only read bits and pieces. 1, 2, bunny, meat. I was no longer smirking like an idiot. I stood up, pinched myself on the wrist. A ringing silence engulfed me. There was a taste of vomit in my mouth, and my ears buzzed like from an endless scream. full of despair and horror. Whoa.
Кто-нибудь!
Oh god, this is cool. I like this. Shadows swarmed the corridor. I walked past boarded up classrooms, past the rotten spots on the walls and silvery cobwebs. Oh, everyone is missing. Literally everyone's missing. Wow. Lilia Pavlovna's missing. No. Katya. Semyon. Vova. Do I know anyone else here? Who are all these, like, other people? Are these, like, people who supported the game or, like, developers or something? Because that's cool. Spiders crawled under the ceiling. Lamps flickered anxiously. I stopped before the notice board, stunned. Hundreds of new photos were added to those of Semyon and Katya. Black and white printouts were glued on top of each other. The horrific collage of childish faces stared at me with empty eye sockets. Unable to endure the torturing stares of those watchful, gaping halls, I ran out of the school. Whoa. Oh boy. I crossed the front yard and reached the road where the wind was whipping powdery snow. Yeesh. No people, no cars, no birds. Low clouds got stuck on chimneys. Windows that looked like they were painted over with ink. Photos of missing people enveloped lampposts and fences like paper skin. Mostly kids, but some adults too. It felt like all the people who had lived in this village were now black and white ghosts in the photos with a missing person label. I dragged my feet forward along the dead street. Some houses had their windows smashed. The wind made itself at home there, wandering the rooms. Every gust made the doors swing. Kids' coats hung from fences, their sleeves moved, stretched out towards me. An empty village, an empty husk. What happened here? An overthrown waste bin rumbled across the back alley. Something flashed inside the window frames of a charred village store. Whoa. I ran away from its sooty facade. Then heard the guttural roar coming from the well. I started walking faster, trying not to pay any mind to the darkness inside the front yards, inside the bloody doghouses, inside the crooked shacks. The moon appeared from under the clouds. Something flew over my head in this draining silence. As if a crop duster flew from one roof to the other, a huge shadow loomed over me. I rushed to the right, hoping that I wasn't noticed. A small greenhouse in front of me was my shelter. I rushed toward the closest building, going insane from fear. This isn't Paulina's house, right? I pushed the gate, crouched, and scampered towards the porch. Oh. I tugged at the doorknob. The front door was open. Oh boy, oh no. Yeah, it was Paulina's granddad's chair. A wheelchair rolled out of the darkness, almost hitting me. It tumbled down the stairs, clanging with its wheels and stopping near the apple tree. I followed it with round eyes, then turned my gaze inside the house again. The corridor was obscured by the dark, empty frames on the walls, glass shards on the floor.
Есть тут кто?
Is anybody there? Oh, I heard growling in reply. Whoa! From around the corner at the end of the corridor, a furry paw appeared, and after it, a scary beast face with a pair of burning eyes. A huge, overweight beast crawled out on its belly, writhing like a snake. It could barely fit inside the corridor's mouth. It squeezed forward, clawing at the floorboards. Its maws clanged like a bear trap, inches away from my face. Jesus Christ. The beast got stuck. Whoa. It banged its paws on the walls and spit saliva in every direction. Holy shit. I turned around. I needed to get the hell out of this nightmare. Uh-oh. A hunchback owl, bigger than an average human, landed near the front gate and stood in my way. Its beak kept on clicking. Oh shit. A snow pile bulged nearby and something reminiscent of a giant shrew crawled to the outside. I fell to my knees as if praying to these eldritch creatures. A figure draped in a dirty fox scalp crawled out of the dark hole, smiling with all its teeth. Oh my god, that is sick. Its tail dragged after it, just a piece of vertebrae laced in torn sinews. The creature's bodies became extremely distorted, and I decided I was going insane. Holy shit, they look so cool. They seemed small to me one moment, as small as a child, only to stretch higher than any of the desolate houses the next. Man-eating creatures were towering over me. Something kept on writhing in their stomachs as if looking for a way out. The longer they stared at me, the wider their twisted smiles, their death masks, became. We had such a long feast. Oh, by me, like, becoming part of the crew, did that give the forest god or whatever all the power he needed to, like, completely destroy everything? Wipe out everyone, eat the entire village? Ugh. The mutilated fox taxidermy mount licked its lips. Its tongue looked like a black centipede, longer than my forearm. Ugh. The nasty insect ran between the razor-sharp teeth and dropped into the bottomless pit that could swallow the whole world. Whoa. Good lord. Hey! Hey! What's up? What's up, Chica? You look good. Hoot hoot, sweet meat. Juicy meat. Wow. What is the weird shrew thing? Oh boy. That's Teddy? We devour it, and we won't stop. This is so cool. What he said. There was nothing human about their speech. It was all just animalistic growls and bird-like whizzes. But I was able to understand every word as if it was speaking the same language. It's a shame you couldn't catch up with us, Bunny. You couldn't bite the moon. What? Whoa. You stole my food, traitors. Holy shit. Oh. You refused to eat your family, remember? But... Hoot hoot. Pathetic meat. Worthless meat. You are absolutely useless, brother. You make me sick. Choice words from someone who's missing half his face. And has like 8 sets of teeth. Whoa! Hi, Wolfie. I thought that was you. Good lord. Indescribable horror gripped me when the laughing beasts held their clawed paws towards me. Then suddenly, the thing that pretended to be a fox started barking loudly. Fools! It's his time to bring the treats. Yeah, totally understand. We're on the same wavelength, you and me. Let him fulfill his mission. What mission? I think you ate everyone. We'll be waiting for some meat from you tomorrow night. Or else. Or else. Or else. Or else. Cool. Alright, pals. Whoa. Or else we'll eat your entire family. I'm surprised you haven't done so already. Whoa. The monsters formed a circle around me and started dancing. I screamed. Enjoy. This was sick. 1, 2. Time to play with you. Oh, this is the rhyme that was on the class board. 3, 4, 5. The owl will arrive. 6 on end. The wolf's grey fur will stand. Ah, the name of the chapter. 7, 8. Stomp your hooves and wait. A fox face protruded from the fuzzy lights that the beastly carcass is turned into. For the fox and for the bear. Bunny, tasty meals prepare. A desperate cry, my cries, rumbled across the back streets of the desolate village. I will prepare. Sure. Are you guys into like quiche? I can do quiche. The circle broke up and I ran for my life. Felt like I was running into a snare trap. My head was splitting. Ugly images danced inside it, colliding, falling over, getting up and dancing again. Whoa! 1, 2. They flapped their wings, poked my face with their beaks and their salivating maws. 3, 4, 5. They howled and jumped around, my eardrums ready to pop, either from their screams or from the internal pressure that fractured my skull from within. 6. My winter hat obscured my vision and it seemed like the whole sky tilted, like a roof that's about to collapse. 7, 8. Snow crumbled from the sky like plaster. I ran through the empty streets, through the icy world, chased by a pack of beasts. Yet I couldn't see anybody when I turned around. I shut my eyes and hopped away from their ritual dance that went on inside my flayed-up mind. I squeezed my ears with my palms to suppress the noise. I just wanted to stop my head from cracking open. The sunrise found me deep inside the forest. Hello? Oh. Are you kidding me? Oh, the background. Polina, Biasha, and Romka's pictures are all there under missing posters. Oh, shit. I didn't expect that ending at all. I mean, I knew things were gonna be bad. If I chose to eat from the bowl of worms, I knew things wouldn't exactly turn out well, but I didn't expect all that. I am kind of curious what happens if you don't eat the worms, because I know that that pile of sweets on the ground was someone. And so, with my voice dying, my voice is dying from all this reading, I'm gonna check that option very quickly. Very quickly, just to see what happens. I may not read everything, but we'll just calm down. Alright, I refuse. I'm not eating it. Felt like chilling winds blew from the cavities of their eyes, from the dark holes of the other beasts, and the towering old man's too. The owl's face twitched nervously. The wolf's maw dripped with saliva. The bear shuffled his feet, any trace of sleepiness gone from his face. And from behind us towered the one who pretended to be Grandfather Frost all this time. The goat man.
Я сказал, мы уходим.
I said, we're leaving. I gripped my sister's hand even tighter. Candy slipped out of her fingers and smacked against the floor. Olya started looking around, frightened.
Я сказал, мы уходим.
I said, we're leaving. Alyssa parroted me. Despite everything, I felt immense anger.
Ну какой же ты все-таки
Why'd you have to be
дурачок?
such a dunce? Uh-oh. I heard the flute's melody, but now it reminded me of a cracking whip or even agonizing convulsions of a fish that was thrown out to the ice. Music dangled about, striking my ears. And then the crystal castle was filled with cries of children that slowly turned into beastly howls, intermingled with the sounds of crunching bones and ripping skin. The china platter filled to the brim with maggots smashed into tiny pieces. Uh-oh. Whoa! Holy shit! Alyssa's orange fur coat ripped at the seams, letting out a cloud of foul-smelling fog. Holy shit! Imagine if I'd picked that option and just been like, Her twisted face bared its teeth and the stench attacked my nostrils again. The fox screamed, blood streaming down her cheeks like tears, making her fur sticky. Her bone-naked tail whipped against the walls with its vertebra. I shielded my crying sister. Horror drilled into my stomach, rushed through my guts, and rose up to my throat. I felt the urge to tear off my glasses and lose sight. I wanted to squeeze my eyes shut and go blind forever. I turned to face the owl and my face contorted from disgust. There's like maggots or like botflies in its neck. Ew. Worms wriggled inside her masked feathers. Her rotten beak snapped like garden scissors. I staggered back and barely avoided bumping into Wolf. His face was stretching out, his bones crunched. Teeth poked out his festering gums like shards of broken glass, and his swollen tongue kept tirelessly licking them. At the edge of my... Whoa! Ew! That's so gross. Is that why his face was missing? Because the maggots ate away at it? Ew! The edge of my vision, I saw the bear block our passage. Every inch of his body oozed scarlet ichor. Lava clogged his teary eyes. I pulled the shocked Olia close, looking for the exit in a panic. My foot ended up in a pile of sweets, but those were no longer candy. Human remains blanketed the floor. Ribs with shreds of meat on them and torn out jaws. A tooth necklace and moss-covered pelvic bones. Tiny skulls and scalps swimming in a sea of blood. Eat up! Hi, buddies. Good to see you. Whoa. Whoa. Dude, I love this game. The horned monstrosity towered over me, clutching a bone flute in its long clawed fingers. Whoa. A giant goat that shed his kind old man form. Completely black, emanating hatred and malice. He scorched me with red-hot coals inside his eye cavities. His horns scraped against the ceiling. Whoa! Oh my god, I love it! Ice cracked and thawed, dripping down, forming muddy pools of water, bearing metal walls that were hidden underneath it. I realized that we were doomed inside this cramped womb of a dungeon, surrounded by howling beasts. All I could do was hug my sister even tighter and watch how the circle around us shrank. How ugly paws reached out to us from behind the veil of bloody fog. Let me rip them to shreds, master. I'll tear their eyeballs and screw their oozing wounds. What? Oh, calm down. Cod zombies sounding ass. Shut up. Sorry. The growling wolf's maw snapped like a bear trap, splattering thick white foam towards us. But he was immediately pushed away by the rotting bear carcass. No way, it's my turn to have fun. I got so tired listening to their fucking drivel. Fucking try it, bitch. Oh, I'll rip off the skin of this little brat while she's still alive right in front of her brother. I'll make him eat his own sister. I'll fill his belly full of her guts. Is this like folklore type stuff, or is this a completely original story? Because this is incredible. I really like it. It felt like his face was about to tear apart, crack like an eggshell, letting out something even more sinister, nasty, scary. Gnarly owl claws grabbed at the grinning bear, stopping him from getting close. I suppose you've had your eye on her from the beginning. She's mine. Mine, you scumbags. Why are they only interested in Olia and not really Anton? Maybe because they need him to be the bunny? Get your paws off the girl. Whoa. The cackling zoo formed a furball that started rolling in guts and thawed fat. They howled, fought with each other, tore out scraps of fur and feathers, ready to rip each other apart like a pack of hungry dogs fighting for leftovers. Whoa. A sudden squeal of the flute pulled them apart as if someone tugged at their leashes. The master of this pack charmed the monsters with his soul-rending music, turning them into unmoving, silent, still marionettes that faithfully awaited his commands. The goat stopped nibbling on his shin-bone flute. Its devilish melody that sounded like a chorus of children being run over by a steamroller went silent for one last time. A chuck of raw human flesh plopped beside my shaking feet. Eat. or be eaten. Consumed by fear, I turned towards Olya. She lay by the wayside covered in pink snow, just like Sleeping Beauty in that cartoon. She probably lost consciousness from this soul-rending spectacle. I wanted to wail, to go mad, to die quickly and painlessly right here and now. But alas, I couldn't. I was still inside this torture chamber, choosing between a gruesome end inside the monster stomachs and cannibalism. Woolen meat grinders kept on staring at me with their greedy, infinitely hungry eyes, ready to gnaw at my bones before eventually eating them if I dared to refuse their master's offer. But if I was to agree, I'm sure I would lose my free will, just like them. I'll turn into a perpetually hungry monster that dances to the tune of a bloodthirsty madman. And surely it'll lead Olya and all those who I hold dear to their deaths. My lips trembled. Feeling of nausea turned my stomach inside out, but somehow I find the strength to scream.
Никогда и ни за что! Я человек!
No way. Never. I'm human. Those words could be later used as my epitaph, but I knew that my remains were destined to never be found. My surroundings went dead silent. Eat them. Bleat them. Tear them apart. I don't think you can bleat someone. Whoa. The horned shadow consumed us. Sweet meat. Whoa. Alyssa rushed to the goat and stood between us, ridiculously tiny compared to the giant monster. Her tail dragged after her, leaving behind a scarlet trail. Fleas jumped around her back and the bones sticking out of it. Wait, don't. There's no need to be hasty. We still have use for the bunny. He will bring us a tasty treat. That's why you have to do that anyway, regardless of which way I picked. That's cool though. For the fox and for the bear. Bunny tasty meals prepare. Flames inside his eye sockets stopped trembling. Still dolls bared their teeth in anger. You call him Bunny? Tear apart and swallow up. Gut-filled meatbag. Shut up, buffoons. Can't you feel it? Have you forgotten? The moment when he almost took a bite out of the moon at the snowy clearing. The cannibals went silent, swallowing saliva in disappointment. Alyssa, in the meantime, took a sharp turn and returned to the form of a cute child with the fox mask on that I met for the first time one January morning. Oh boy, you have some splaining to do. She glided towards me, dissolving the horrors around us with the smell of tangerines, firecrackers, and magic. Her soft paws touched my cheeks, removing a sticky strand of hair from my forehead. Alyssa embraced me and whispered with a sweet voice,
Тоша, ты хочешь спастись?
"Do you want to save yourself, Tosha?" I stayed silent, gritting my teeth. I was afraid to look away, afraid that this fleeting illusion could get shattered.
Мой милый, скажи, ты хочешь спасти свою сестру?
Tell me, sweetie, do you want to save your sister? Tears sprayed from my eyes as I wept. Yes. I continued to sniffle and shake, grabbing at the hem of the fox girl's long coat.
Скажи громче, чтобы все слышали.
Say it louder so that everybody could hear you. Delirious from sorrow, I screamed, my face awash with tears. What? Hold the phone. There is no way she just stabbed me. Are you kidding me? My mouth was immediately filled with a metallic aftertaste of blood. Oh. The fox's black fingers kept pushing a chunk of human flesh down my throat. Oh, she's forcing him to anyway. I fell to my knees, coughing up blood, unable to vomit it out. Rotting carcasses of animals surrounded me once again. What a joke. Master, let me take a small bite from the girl. Boiling anger swallowed up my mind. Something foreign and primitive burst forth, pounced from inside me. Ooh. Not the cloaca. Let me see you try. I'll tear out your filthy tongue and shove it deep down your cloaca, you brainless chicken. The ominous owl jumped away in surprise, accompanied by the fox's cackling. My voice went out and then I bent in half. Vomit poured out of my mouth along with part of the treat that I wasn't able to regurgitate. You're right, Bunny. His finger poked me. It felt like a knife was lodged handle deep into my solar plexus. It's your turn to treat us. Get us some meat tomorrow night. Or else. Alyssa silently stepped into the shadows and the goat put his foul-smelling maw right into my face and roared. Or else we'll eat your entire family. What a nice guy. He knocked his hoof against the floor and I ran for my life, forgetting about everything else. Hey, what about wait, whoa, what about Olya? What? I hear them scream at my back, we'll eat you up alive. Shards of ice fell on my shoulders, dead rodents frozen inside them. I managed to break free to the place where pines moved their branches and showered me with snow, like cooks sprinkling salt on porridge. The wind tore at my hair. I turned around and froze over. Fucking knew it was the garage. Called it. Now you gotta get Olya out of there. The garage was disappearing right in front of me, dissolving in layers, becoming dim and then transparent before a gust of wind finally swept away the phantom of black walls. Only then I realized that I let go of my sister a long time ago, and she was left behind in the monster den. There was only a giant snow pile left in place of the castle. A girl's wrist poked out of it, like a cross would poke out of a burial mound. Terrified, I rushed over to the snow pile and started digging. Holy shit. Olya's pale face, along with one of her shoulders, appeared from under the white mass. Her bluish lips trembled. She's alive.
Я сейчас!
Hang in there. My throat went dry as I remembered that I shouted these same words to Katya before. I continued digging and prayed for her to hang on. At some point I was able to see her stomach. I'm cold. Her voice was faint.
Ничего,
It's okay.
отнесу тебя домой, согрею, шоколадом напою. Ты только не засыпай, слышишь?
I'll carry you home, and we'll get warm by drinking hot chocolate. Just stay awake for me, okay?
Ты только...
Just... My fingers came across something sticky and hot. I cleared out more snow and it turned red and mushy. What's this? What's there? I gulped. Why won't you say anything? How could I tell her? How could you tell her what? Oh. Olya's body didn't exist below the stomach. Rings of guts fell out on the ground. Olya tilted her head and stared at the horrifying scraps. And then let out a deafening scream. What the fuck? And now with this ending, just Biasha's missing. Oh, that's weird. Well, that was that was Tiny Bunny Chapter 4, or Episode 4. And it was good to be back. really good to be back. I've missed this game, I've missed this art style, and it just hits different. I don't know what it is about it, I just really like it. So let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode, and if I missed anything, which you probably did, and where you think the story's going, because I honestly have no idea. Anyway, this was a long one, and I really appreciate you making it all the way to the end if you did. Comment like a, I don't know, a bunny emoji or something to let me know. But that's all for now, so thank you so much for watching this video, always a pleasure. And be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this and you want to come back and see Tiny Bunny episode 5. But for now, I'm gonna go drink tea or something, because my throat is dead. And I'll see you in the next one, whatever it might be. Bye bye.